Okay.
I'm in a Legends of Runeterra game, but that should not stop me.
Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of Tomb of Annihilation. Last time on Tomb of Annihilation, you all received an invitation to the Colosseum by the merchant prince Akanafa. And when you headed over there, you faced a series of 3 challenges. First, these 2 big undead dinosaurs. Second, you went up against a horde of zombies alongside a floating skull that shot a fireball out and a few other spells. And finally, you went against Akanafa themselves, who leaped onto the Triceratops and fought for great glory against all of you. Besting all the challenges, you earned yourself a solid 20,000 gold pieces, and just finished spending them over here with Wakanga back at their villa. You received your long rest, and it is the beginning of a brand new day.
Refreshment. We were supposed to be heading to the docks because we had, like...
Yeah, we were getting ready to leave town. We were, pretty much done, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we were getting ready to leave town.
Right.
With the harbor master.
You head over to the docks. And, in fact, there is the ship simply currently waiting right there. You go up to the crew, introduce yourselves, and are led on board to a fairly regular-looking sailing ship. Let me go ahead and even drag you over to there. There, you can't see anything yet. I'm about to reveal the fog board.
Fog of War, we're not in combat.
Maybe you're not in combat. It's doing nothing again. I know what it's doing.
Roll20 is killing me right now. I don't know why they decided to make the font for how much money you have in your money slot so big. But
Yeah.
I
I thought something changed, but... Yeah, I thought something changed, but I didn't want to say anything because I thought I might be crazy.
No, they made the font so fucking massive.
Oh yeah, if you have 3 digits, it doesn't fit, does it? Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, well, I didn't spend any of my gold, so like it just
really?
it goes off screen.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm saving up for what? I don't know, but I'm saving.
Okay. You find yourself on this shabby ship. There's a few of the crew on board onto here, along with the captain of the ship over there at the front.
Why does the boat have ass cheeks?
Fenville is on the boat for the first time.
Should we drag ourselves then?
Yeah, you can put yourself on the boat. It's your first time on the boat.
Oh, jeez, this is a larger map than I thought it was.
Yeah, same. Wow.
We're very small.
Wow, this boat is huge.
Are those like 2x2 squares?
Yeah, these are 2x2 squares.
Yeah, this boat is huge. Well.
On the boat, you wait there for a short while before setting off out into the great grand ocean. And you
Nothing happens.
Hmm?
Oh, no,
What?
don't worry. Just keep going.
Yes, suspicious of things around, Saga looks outside to see if there are pirates that perhaps will attack them in the middle of their boat trip, because why else would there be a map? And indeed, that's when Saga sees it.
Oh no.
They look out into the wide ocean, and a whale leaps out of the water, gracefully going through the sky and splashing back into the water beneath.
Wow.
How
The captain heads up to you. Hello, everyone. Well, welcome over to the boat. We are heading over to Fort Balorian. It's a short journey over to there. But I do want you to note, if our boat does happen to be interrupted by Aramag, please kindly put whatever possessions that they request into this bag, as you see them hold out a brown burlap sack. It looks like it can easily hold a good amount of gold inside of it, and in fact already has some gold already stashed inside.
Well, yes, of course. We don't want the boat to be destroyed or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Do any of you happen to speak Draconic?
Indeed, I
I-
do.
Yeah, they asked in Draconic, so you were the only one that understood that there. Perfect. You will get to witness something interesting, perhaps, but let us hope we're fortunate enough not to need that to be the case. As they return back to the deck. If you explore around a ship, you kind of see that the other deck of it looks as such.
I'm just imagining asking a dragonborn if they can speak Draconic.
Oh, look how big this bed is.
You know, it's
Wow,
like
that is a huge bed.
it's like a situation with not assuming people can speak Spanish just because they're Hispanic, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
He asked him if he can
Or I'm
speak
assuming you can
Draconic.
speak Italian because your family is Italian, Mark.
I feel like it's different for saying like it's a species versus an ethnicity. I feel like it's a little different.
He walks up to
Is there?
Zara.
I don't
You
speak
speak
British, even though
Draconic,
my family's from Britain.
and then he just responds in giant.
Like, that was the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I don't think
Okay.
anybody else caught it, but goddamn.
Yeah.
Also adding some grid lines. Alright.
Okay.
The journey goes uneventfully for about an hour before you begin to see the waves underneath the boat beginning to surge upward. The boat practically stops from the motion of the waves, preventing it from moving any further up. And that's when it happens. You begin to see the water to the right of the boat rising and rising and rising and rising in such a colossal way, it utterly dwarfs the size of the ship.
Hmm.
Oh my.
Oh, it's the Adamantoids.
Oh my god.
What do we do?
Oh, wow.
It's an
It's
everyday
on top of
turtle.
the ship.
The absolute scale of the dragon turtle before you as it circles around the ship, preventing it from moving. In Draconic, they yell out, "Throw the gold!" As the captain over there will do just that, just throwing a burlap sack over the side of the edge. And with a monstrously loud Draconic roar, they say, after looking you all up and down with their only one good eye, "More!"
What did it say?
More!
More. Said more.
Oh. Captain, how much more does it want? Do you know?
Aramag never tells us. They just...
You
they
have
want
to
more,
rest
we
the
have to give more.
Which is, I think, 40? Yeah, 40 gold, exactly. That's all I have, so I'll just give him the rest of it.
I'll put
Yeah.
333 there.
Right?
I'll put
I'll
40
throw
gold as well.
100.
That's all I have.
You see that the captain has this happen in full view of Aramag, who's just watching it very carefully with their singular good eye, the other one marred with milky white inside of it, and a huge gaping crack on the back of their shell. They simply watch as each of you in turn line up and put gold inside the burlap sack. Another one that the captain had procured. In total, about 700 gold pieces, or so, as the captain holds it out as if to gain approval. Aramag does not nod or anything, just keeps staring them down as the captain throws it over the edge.
Does he seem happy?
Aramag
don't
descends
find
back
out.
down into the waters below.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
Okie dokie.
Wow.
It reminds me of like the Bilgewater like monster you have to pay the dues before you travel the ocean.
I'm sorry you had to witness that.
Are you kidding me? That was
No,
awesome.
no. Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, then you paid for a show today. They shouldn't
Wow.
interrupt us.
What does it want gold for?
Do you have any? Does anybody here have Arcana knowledge?
Or do.
Right, Venville, you've heard the tales, spent the tales, spin the tales of dragons, hoarders by their very nature. They hoard gold for the sake of hoarding it.
That was a dragon?
Yeah, that's why you're speaking in
Yeah.
Draconic.
Dragon turtle.
Dungeons and Dragons, bro.
Okay, I mean, my Kinku in the other campaign is a bird and speaks Draconic, so I mean that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
As
Yeah, dragons like to hoard.
Understandable.
Okay.
Zare extols the virtues of not being racist or speciesist. As
I love
Speaking
when
of
the
dragon.
little hexes load in like one at a time.
Yeah, me too.
It's like when I'm lining up my rice chips.
It's actually just mesmerizing.
it's a good thing it's board underneath, so you can't see what's actually underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Also, the entire map doesn't really load in with any words or anything until after they're all down.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The ship travels quite fast. Within just about 2 hours, in fact a little bit less, about an hour and a half, you already reach over to Fort Balorian. There's a pathway that paves over directly over to it, and you can even see the fort off in the distance at the end of the trail.
How long did it take us to get here?
Hour and a half.
Okay.
Wow.
That is very fast, wow.
Yeah.
You should travel by boat more. This was great.
For real.
Yeah, if we have people to take us, because last time we did that, I believe hippos were involved.
Well, that didn't even count as a boat. It was like a little,
That was a canoe.
it was a dinghy.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just get headed to Fort Valorian. I don't think there's anything else we need to do here, yeah.
You begin heading off on your way, and this is what you see in front of you. Nothing, again, because
A big
Roll
square
20
of
is-
nothing.
because of course Roll20 decides to change the lighting on this beyond what I had requested. There we go. Perfect. The entrance to the fort is over on the left side, as standing before you is a massive fort encampment. The style of the architecture used to construct it is very similar to the one you saw at Camp Vengeance however long ago. And this is much more maintained by comparison. You can see 2 guards up standing there at the top of the fort.
There we
Uh,
go.
Oh, there you go.
Hello?
I'll walk up to them. Hi.
Oh, are you here looking for your passes to explore the jungle?
Passes?
Yes?
You
Question mark?
you
Oh.
don't know.
Well, we're here from Camp Righteous.
What
Can't
don't
break.
we know? Will you tell us?
You see one of them motion you inside. I'd rather not yell.
Okay, well, can we come in?
You are greeted in, as the person there at the front says, your charter of explorations. That will just be 200 gold pieces each, and you will have all the full permission you need to go exploring in the jungle if that's what you're here for.
What was the name of that
That is
commander
not
we
what
were
we are here
trying
for.
to get?
Bone
The-
fighter or something?
You got the name Liara Portier.
Yeah, we're here looking for a Liara.
Oh, you're actually looking for the captain and not for charters. The captain can be found over at the East Hall. Just keep going down straight and you'll see them.
Oh, great.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna. Is it straight down?
I'm gonna tag closely behind Kihan because last time I was in one of these people's camp, I kind of got like thrown around like a little rag doll.
Yeah.
Ordered around.
Bustling activity ensnares all around. You see merchants all across selling things similar to what they had back over at port. People tend over to a vegetable garden over to the north, what is very clearly a temple with a cleric over here with some religious scenography of. Does anyone have religious proficiency?
Yeah, I do.
You, Kion, recognize this through your religious studies as belonging to Helm, the god of protection and abjuration. There are people betting on horses, and many of them are simply idling, enjoying some what appears to be some free time amongst themselves from the common soldier around here.
This place is much better than Camp Vengeance.
I'm gonna
Vengeance was the.
I'm gonna elbow Fenvel and point to the horse racing.
Well, if we have some time, I'm willing to do that.
The kids are trying to bet again.
All right, I'm gonna head towards the large building in the center that we had gotten directed to.
It's pretty hard to miss, standing out quite tall amongst everything else and with a bell attached over to the top of it. In front of you, the center of Fort Balorian. As you enter inside, there is nothing that bars your entry. You were simply greeted inside by the guards outside, and
Cool.
find yourself here inside the inner bailey.
Oh my.
You open the doors and see this in front of you. In front there, standing a statue of Helm in full display and full glory. If you go further in, the sounds of various dinosaurs and animals currently being tamed by one person over here who is feeding them. They appear to be quite responsive to the figure. And to the south of that room, it's not hard to find. Over down there, it simply says on the door, or the opening rather, Liara Portier.
Oh, great.
Well, that's convenient.
Please don't be crazy.
I'm not gonna keep my hopes up. It was down here, right?
Yep. You look and you see them.
All right, fantastic.
Commander Liara Portier. Even while sitting at their desk, they look like they have a scabbard nearby, which currently has no sword inside of it. They are currently occupied with paperwork, and in fact, as you enter, they continue to simply work on these paperwork. They never once lifting their head and just constantly filling out forms, reading through documents, and other clerical activities.
Hello?
Yes. Are you here for a charter of exploration? They do not
no.
lift their head.
We came from Camp Vengeance. What was the commander's name there? I don't remember it.
It was
Bone biter.
Brickbone.
No, Breakbone, wasn't it?
Brickbone, yeah.
Commander Breakbone sent me.
What did they send you for?
Well, they're like all sick and dying. And,
Sick and dying. Well, in the jungle, that's to be somewhat expected, isn't it? What is it exactly that they wanted? Do you have any proof? Documentation?
He didn't send us with documentation, did he?
No. Yeah. If I remember correctly, he was sending us here to get her not forged signature of getting them out of there because we were worried about them. So.
So we're
So yeah, we have no evidence outside of the fact that they're all dying, and she's apparently aware of that.
Well, so when I say they're all sick and dying, I mean like outside of the fort there was literally a pile of bodies of them that they were just throwing over the side.
Yeah, let me put it this way. We're very concerned that they are going to make the undead problem in that region worse by having piles upon piles, dozens of bodies just outside waiting to be resurrected, I guess you would, by some ne'er-do-well, if you will.
In response to this more pragmatic concern you bring up, you see them like actually put down their pen momentarily and actually lift their head up and look at you. That would make our jobs much harder. Fine, I'll send a scout out to go and investigate and report back any relevant findings about there. If it's necessary, we'll decommission the whole program. I wasn't seeing much result from there anyway.
It seems that they've gone a bit cuckoo crazy, with for a lack of better words.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about Commander Brickbone?
Commander Brickbone? Well, there's the one lieutenants around. I don't see much else I need to know about them. They work for me. I send them out. They do the work.
I was just asking because when we were there, he seemed a little like something had gotten to him. Yeah, he was quite crazy, you could say.
Well, that would be certainly one loss of a fine lieutenant. Hopefully it won't come to that. That's expensive.
I see.
The only reason you care?
Well, do you think that we're here to leisure? They knew what they were getting into while going into that jungle.
Still, you could show some remorse.
Speaking of remorse, you lot appear to be adventurers looking at you, as they, see your various equipment, magic items, adventuring clothes, and protagonist backgrounds that you very obviously have.
PC aura, if you would.
I may have a task for you if you're willing to accept it.
Well, I mean, that was very vague.
What is it?
I'm listening.
5,000 gold, just to start things off the proceedings. Over at this cave that we have, over at the mining facility, as you see them just start doing all their paperwork again, in the middle of the conversation. We've had a problem inside of one of the caves that we've been digging over there for our mining facility. Workers have gone missing. It's causing a commotion. I would like that resolved. I imagine there's something out there that's stopping it.
Doesn't interest me, but do you have any cool items that I can exchange?
What?
I'm asking if they have something cool to give us. Not instead of gold, but with it. Or like, half gold, half item.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So in exchange for the gold compensation, you'd prefer having a magical item instead.
If you have something that would interest me.
I didn't agree to that.
I'm just asking what they have.
Gruda! You hear him yell out. Moments later, you hear some commotion in the room nearby. The door opens and this figure shows up.
Hell yeah.
Gruda can go and handle all of the details with the accounting. If you accept the job, simply tell it to Gruda. Otherwise, if you have no order for the business.
Should we try and get some paper from her with her signature on it, so we can bring it back to Brickbone?
Yeah. I was gonna ask her for it, but we would talk about other stuff, so.
There you do.
Yeah, go ahead then.
Sorry, I was going to say something. I realized I don't need to. Never mind. Continue.
Who joined?
Hi, Daniel.
Please,
Oh,
he's
hello.
listen in.
Hello.
Okay, I mean, you can ask her if you want, Saga.
Yeah, do you, we wanted to explore the, is it, eastern part of the camp? But we couldn't go through because your commander is, like I said, cuckoo crazy, and we would really like it if we could get your signature as approval that we can do that.
That'll save me some trouble then from needing to send out somebody. Fine, you seem reliable enough, as they will sign whatever you give to them.
Thanks, lady.
While we're here, do you by chance have an updated map of the region around Camp Vengeance? He had a somewhat updated map, but there was a lot of question marks and drawings on it, so I wasn't sure if you had anything a little more concrete that we could potentially use.
You know if there's a dragon in that area?
I sure
We've-
hope not.
Only a few people have returned back from over to camp. Outside of the occasional thing, Gruda would probably have those details.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Talk to Gruda.
And I'm
It's you meet up with Gruda over there.
Yep.
Gruda's initial impression that you get really quickly is that they're a bit friendlier by comparison to Commander Liara as they go, "Hello, I'm Gruda. I'll be helping you set up with any of the account details for any missions that you will be accepting on behalf of Fort Balorian and the Flaming Fist."
Do you have any more details about what she was requesting us to do? Which is, she mentioned a cave, I think, and an issue that we were having. Do you know anything about that?
Yes. We have a mining facility, it's a couple of miles over to the east, less than a day's travel. Over inside the mines, we create several tunnels to go and mine invaluable resources and minerals around the area. However, in one such cavern that we were getting a lot of promise in, the further we dug in, issues were starting to arise amongst the men, with only a few people managed to escape. We're not quite sure what it is, it's very dark, and we've been reluctant to send more people down into that cavern. We'd like to continue tunneling down there, but we need to remove whatever threats in there, and we would like your assistance in doing that.
Now, she said 5,000 to start. Is that, like, up front, or... and then we get more when we get back, or what?
Typically, it's half front, half end. However, we know that people tend to haggle for these kinds of things, so let's get down to brass tacks. Anything else that you would like as an assurance?
Yeah. Any cool items that you have? Possibly?
Let me check the storage room. You
Thank
see them? You see them leave this door open as they head over to this spot over here. This door is quite normal, actually. Although it has a little lock on it, they pick out some keys and they just open it up and head to it. A few moments later, minutes actually, a minute or two, they return back eventually and say, "All right, for the difficulty of this mission, one such thing that we have is this ring of resistance that we have not yet activated."
Ooh, pretty.
As it's
What,
unactivated,
what type
you
of
can choose.
resistances?
So we can
I mean,
choose whichever
yeah.
one, yeah.
Oh. Is that with the 5,000 gold?
You see them looking? If that will end the negotiation, then yes.
That seems fair to me. I can't speak for everyone, but...
That seems fair to
But
me. Sure.
Right? Then, you can begin the mission immediately. There's plenty of daylight hours unless you need more time to prepare.
The only thing we need is, you just said a cave, a mining facility. Where exactly is it?
You said it was
Roll.
east.
Rawl can take you. As you see Rawl over here, heading over. With a Hadrosaurus that they have right on hand.
Oh my. Okay,
When
sounds
you're
good to me.
If you're ready to proceed, Rawl can take you on Hadrosaurus over to the mining facility.
How big is this dinosaur right here?
It's large enough for somebody to get onto its back for sure. Not quite as large as Cookie was when you saw them, right? Not a Triceratops, but somebody could conceivably mount on the back of this, and it seems tame.
Okay. He seems like he knows what he's doing, so I'm okay following him around. Yeah. Okay, do we want to do anything while we're in Fort Balorian before we leave, or do you think we should leave right now?
We can do this mission and then come back.
Yeah, I mean, we're
And-
probably going to have to drop by anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're ready.
Right?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Rawl, take them away. As very quickly, right? It's like they have this down to a science. They get you on the backs of Hadrosaurus, and in fact, it is true. Not even a day's travel away, only about a third of the day. What is that? 16 hours. What's one third of 16? Like 3-ish hours? About 3 hours of travel away through some denser jungle, you manage to reach a mining facility over inside of one of the caves. Workers mill about with their hard hats on, digging through and expanding in various areas, moving forward and backward. The whole system and the whole operation appears to be quite professional and up to some degree of standard. The worker over there near the entrance does take you away from Raul, who waits near the entrance for all of you, and proceeds to inform you on the details while walking and talking, as you enter down into the dark, unilluminated parts of the cave. Oh, one of the things that we've had to deal with here is that occasionally monsters lurk inside of some of the tunnels. We usually just close those off. There's no point in fighting them after all, but, well, they bring you over to one that has been caution taped all across that says, "Do not enter," and "Death imminent. Turn back now."
Oh my.
There's no lighting beyond the tunnel.
So,
Let's go die.
what
Sounds
exactly
good.
happens down there? Aside from the imminent death, I mean.
Well, we'd like to expand out further, but we don't know what it is that's taking people. There's sounds of crunching was all somebody said before they managed to escape.
Oh,
Do you know how deep this
Comforting.
cave goes? How far have you dug down in here?
We managed to go for an entire mile before finally needing to turn back.
Okay, well, this is what we get paid for, right?
yeah, no time like the present.
Also, did we ask them to get them updated?
Yeah,
We
she said
did
that they haven't really got many people back from Camp Vengeance, so they don't have any more updated map than we would.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay,
I was
well,
not listening for like a second.
in that case, I'm going to hold my sword, my axe out like a torch, and walk into the cave and be like, "All right, let's go."
Right?
Okay.
Any other lighting for us to be aware of?
No,
Lighting?
Fenval
Yeah,
can
so-
see in the
I have
dark, and so he's
torches
like,
as
"Yep,
well.
this is fine."
Saga has a lantern.
I have the torches.
I have.
Yeah, I have torches as well.
Okay.
To be fair, I also have dark vision.
I have my spectacle things, so the ones that I bought, it was the Eyes of Minute Seeing. I'm pretty sure those gave.
I mean, it's only out to like a foot, right?
Yeah, 1 foot.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not what
You
they're
can
used for, so.
You can see in the dark 1 feet away from you.
Yeah, but I also have a lantern.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the ghost lantern.
Technically, that illuminates, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
30 feet.
Saga, you're like, I know, I'll use my handy dandy goggles and my lantern
Yeah,
to see in the dark.
thinking
Yeah,
quickly.
you need to make sure you can see the lantern.
That's
Saga
what
made a
that's the big
lantern.
part.
Yeah, with glasses and a lantern.
Sorry, I'm just getting this set up. Start heading down into the cavern. It's a little bit slow because you're trying not to bump yourself into any of the rocks that are protruding from the walls. And the area, as you go down, becomes less and less maintained. The standard that you had previously seen becomes much less reliable overall. But you eventually find something, as the end of a tunnel seems to be fairly close by. Oh,
Did you have magic armor?
What did you say?
Did you have magic armor?
Who?
You.
No?
Okay. I'm just asking. for something unrelated to this.
Sorry, that was a strange thing to ask.
No, I've got very
I am
normal scale mail.
artificer, and I have like an infusion that makes someone's armor. It gives a +1 bonus to armor class, but it cannot be applied to a magic armor. So I was just thinking
Oh yeah, I forgot
about
you
it.
did that.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna go up to Fenwell before we start. I'm gonna give him a belt.
What, are my pants
I
falling
honestly
down?
keep this on just in case.
Wear
Oh,
around his neck.
is my ass truly so horrifying?
No, it's a magic belt. It
Oh,
will help.
you could have led with that.
I will post the thing. It's the mind sharpener thing, is what I gave you. And I mean, I think I already did this with Nick, but I'm going to like borrow your best sword, sir. Can I have it really quickly?
Yeah, sure, here.
No, Zeros, sorry.
Okay. So I was like,
What?
Can I
Why
have
do you
your
want
sword?
my sword?
Just give it to
I
me.
I don't use my sword.
Whatever your best weapon that you throw, give
You
that
already
to
did
me.
this to me for me last
I
week,
know.
Rose. You
I'm
already
just
did it.
trying to do it for flavor. My God, Nick. Okay, whatever. You're
Nope.
stupid. And I'm going to
Stupid
also
fucking
summon.
dumbass.
I'm going to activate my servant boy.
So you're able to do all of these things, or is it like a limited number?
Three
yeah,
three
okay.
things right now.
So are you improving my armor? Then?
No, I have
No? Okay.
three.
Fuck.
I have three.
It was just that was one you started out with, and you're like, okay, I'm not. Here's the
Sorry,
belt. I was like,
listen. I have three active right now, Mark. Returning weapon,
Oh,
Monkey
okay.
servant, and mind sharpener. But I also could potentially swap to enhanced
Oh, okay.
arcane
So you can do
focus
3 at
or
a time.
enhanced
Okay.
weapon.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
but that's like later. For now, I have these.
Okay,
So,
I see. That's pretty cool.
okay. Anyways, let's go. Do whatever. What we're doing.
You have a cave in front of you, and you, let me see. I imagine somebody here has perception. Prof.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do.
Alright, you are a fairly perceptive party, as basically all of you hear some skittering off to the north as you approach with your lights.
Oh, good. I love skittering. My favorite.
Skitter,
Mark,
skitter,
where are you
skitter.
on this map?
Oh wait. All I saw was a black square. I didn't realize we had any.
Yeah, we have
export
light on the right.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, but...
there they are.
yeah, I was like zoomed in on the top left corner, so all I saw was black square.
Skitter,
Who's the
skitter,
fucking-
skitter,
I don't
skitter,
understand
skitter,
what's going
skitter.
My homunculus servant, who I named Homie, because homunculus, is going to sit on
Oh my God.
Keon's lap, or not lap, sorry, shoulder.
How is he walking?
He has wings, so he can fly up to the shoulder.
No, I meant you because you said his lap. That's
How's
also
Mark
not funny.
walking if he's sitting on his lap?
Okay, I said lap for a second, and I corrected myself to
Oh, I
shoulder.
know.
Let's move on, please. Fuck off, you people are so annoying.
Imagine him just permanently in a squat, just waddle.
I was too. It's not a good.
Stop it!
Okay. Anyway,
Okay, I have an investigation proficiency. Do I like see something or whatever?
How high up is the
uh,
ceiling?
How high is the ceiling?
Yeah.
You look up at the ceiling of it appears to be about 30 feet high from where you can see it, right before like the end of your well about
wow,
where you
they
see
really
it,
dug quite a large cave. That's a lot.
and it's
Can't-
the
Sorry.
ceiling is also covered in stalagmites,
Hmm.
or I guess stalactites. You know, I always get those two confused. You see this little thing over here in a corner as it just kind of tries running away from your light and is just currently cornered the actual thing it looks like is somewhat like this.
Ew.
Do we recognize these things?
Of course we do,
Mhm.
Rose. That's Pierre from Kipo.
Stop
It's
it.
weird. Okay, there we go. Now it showed up
Mm,
for me.
Ugh,
We need to watch the second season, Jake.
we do. There's no way that thing is threatening enough to be imminent death. I mean, well, how large are they actually?
They're medium sized.
I mean, they're
Oh god.
large-ish,
disgusting.
but
Not imminent death kind of large.
Well,
right, I
how's
feel
the
like they
mask?
could have dealt with that.
Should we walk closer, do you think?
Can I throw a rock at it?
Well,
yeah,
we don't
you
need to.
Yeah, that's sure to be really. That's really friendly of you.
Not like specifically added to hurt it, just towards it to see if it's
Right.
actually scared of us or something.
They don't seem to like the light.
Yeah, you throw the rock over at them, and you see them like just kind of skittering like cockroaches, trying to just like find somewhere that isn't covered in light, and failing ineffectually.
Yeah, they don't even seem that nasty. They're just afraid of light. Like something afraid of light. There's no way this is enough for imminent death, right?
I don't think we need to do anything about them. I think we can ignore them for the time being.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
leave them be.
They have mask that has like animal or whatever friendship. Or
Mask
is
of
it
the Beast.
friendship or
Right.
Yeah,
I'll
Mask
give
of the
them
Beast.
maybe we can use it. Whoever has it.
that. Yeah, I can try to talk to them, I suppose.
Yeah.
You anyone here have nature?
I certainly do not. I know that.
Let me
no,
look.
I
Actually,
I
I,
do.
have no
I do.
idea.
I have nature. I have nature.
All right,
have
Zare, is you were the previous holder of the Mask of the Beast? No, you weren't. But so, you have nature anyway. All that matters is these are definitely not beasts. In fact, you're pretty sure these are monstrosities. Is the
Oh.
technical
Yeah.
term.
I don't think the mask is gonna help here.
Oh. Puts it away. Damn.
What do you think? Should we just ignore them then?
Well,
Just
they
walk
don't
away?
seem. They seem nice enough. I mean,
I don't like the word monstrosity though. So maybe we should just kill them and move on.
okay, that seems harsh.
That is what. I don't know.
They're
I mean,
just
like,
little creatures.
I like killing stuff as much as the next person, but like, I feel like we don't need to do that right now.
Fine.
I feel like we should figure out what this imminent danger should be.
You just keep skittering alongside the edges of the wall.
All right, I'm gonna take the lead and just start walking a little further this way and signal to everyone to follow me.
Yep, let's go. I mean, they can't be that bad.
Okay.
What would they
Do I sense any traps around, or is it just a normal cave?
This is a mining cave. I would be shocked if there were traps around.
You know what? You can never be too sure.
There's actually a tripwire right here.
You you get blasted by Thundercliff again. It brings you some deja vu.
No.
The two bugs are gonna trip us by holding a wire in between them.
I'm gonna send my pet just like a little bit higher up to see if it can spot anything else.
Wait, let me see. What kind of vision does it have?
I think it's just normal. I don't know actually. Let me look.
I think we're right now.
Oh, it has
limited
dark
by
vision.
light.
Oh, it does.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, your
Yep,
homunculus
it
is
does.
dark vision.
Dark vision 60 feet and passive perception of 10 plus PB times 2.
Alright then, your homunculus, homie, as you call him, moves up forward.
Yes, it moves right here.
They move over there, and that's when it sees it.
Flies.
A treasure chest, inconspicuous, sitting at the end of a tunnel.
Oh,
How bright?
Um,
How bright are the torches, by the way? Like, how much light do they provide?
Their torches provide light at the 40 feet away.
Okay. Well, since I have dark vision, I guess I can see slightly farther. I'm choking on water.
Nice.
It's a pretty inconspicuous chest.
Well, I see nothing that could go wrong. How will we open it?
Wait. Let me see if there are any traps around, please. Do not step a foot near it.
Oh, I'm just saying, by the way, Kian, we're in a mining area, and I do have my pickaxe. So if we see
I'm just
anything,
picturing
we're
Saga with her
fine.
goggles on, crawling on the floor,
I'm
along
down.
the floor on all fours.
All
One
I'm saying
foot.
is I could probably make an axe, chop some rock with it if I hit it hard enough, right? Like, come on. It won't be as effective, but I'm down. I'll help
We
you with
have
that.
the pickaxe. Like, there's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
reason.
yeah, yeah. But both of us could do it. You know?
Oh, I'm like as strong as a pool noodle.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Actually, not that bad.
But I am not. I can do it too.
Oh, if my homunculus has dark vision, can I say basically that I see with my investigation checks or whatever what is around? Or do I need to be near something with vision on it? Can the homunculus be my vision is what I'm asking.
I think you can communicate with your homunculus. I'm pretty sure it can communicate with you. Let me double check. It understands the languages you speak. So yeah. Your homunculus can talk. Probably not, very coherently. It's not very intelligent. Actually, I think its intelligence is average. Let me see.
Yeah.
But you don't
Yeah,
share
that's
vision.
it is an intelligence of 10. It can communicate most concepts to you just fine.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here and ask him if he spots anything shiny, like a trap of some sort, if he can understand that.
Right. Yeah. They look around for anything that appears to be a trap-like in quality, but nothing seems to stick out. The only noticeable shiny thing here is this very inconspicuous chest.
Saga, it's a treasure chest. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Nobody
Okay,
just leaves a treasure chest unattended.
well, no, this is probably what the imminent death is. There's probably something that normally guards the chest, but isn't here right now.
Listen,
Which means we could just open it,
It
grab
could
the
also
stuff,
be those
and
two,
leg
those
it.
two bugs we saw.
not to brag or anything, but I'm the only treasure hunter here. Okay, I'm
Well,
worried.
I mean, we can let you open it. I'm just saying, I can open it. It's a treasure.
Do you have the spell that's hands?
I
Telekinetic
have
hands or whatever?
regular
No.
hands.
No, if you're talking about mages' hands.
Okay, fine.
No, none of us have it.
Mage hands, yeah.
I mean, I do have that, but I don't think it can open a chest by itself. It's not
No.
very strong.
What if it's a mimic? Okay, you
Yeah.
know what?
Wait,
I'm gonna-
what are this is what are ways that you can check to see if something is a mimic? Like, is that just
See if it's breathing.
is there something you can cast?
Oh, you meant in. Okay.
In general, I
What's
don't.
wrong with the Dark Souls method of is it breathing?
The Dark Souls method, okay.
Throw away,
Well,
and then the bone charm out of it.
Okay.
well, Misadventure, do you know anything about mimics?
Aqua?
That was directed at Saga.
Oh, do I know anything about mimics, Aqua?
You know that there are creatures that are able to pose as objects called mimics. Beyond that, I mean, no, unless Fenville knows anything more specific.
I mean, I've heard stories about them. They feature in some songs. Usually they're just like... Oh, actually, there's this really good one. There's a story about a king whose throne became a mimic and he sat on it, and I don't remember the rest, actually. It killed him? Ate him? I don't know. I don't think it ate him. That doesn't
Why
sound
not
right. Maybe, but I don't remember
Do
it
you know
entirely.
how to check if something is a mimic?
Oh, they're probably magical, right?
But,
Probably?
Maybe?
Yeah,
I
sure.
would assume so.
Yeah, okay. They're probably
Okay.
magical.
Listen, stay
They detect
behind me,
magic.
and let me walk first. See if anything happens.
Oh, alright.
Wait, Jake, do you have detect
No.
magic?
I do.
Okay. I'm gonna start
Just
walking
let Jake
to it.
cast detect magic. Stop fucking moving.
Fenval likes just going
We're not
along with
even
other
near
plans.
it. Calm down.
So, what's the range on detect magic?
It's like within 30 feet, but
Okay.
I
do
will
you
cast it
detect
while we're
anything?
walking up, by the way.
Alright, as a ritual?
Nope, I'm just casting it.
Okay, just straight cast. Alright, so you cast Detect Magic. Within 30 feet of you detect anything magical around, and there seems nothing magical about this chest.
It's not magical at all. It's just a chest. I told you. It's just something is guarding the chest, and it's not here, so we should hurry up and open it.
I'm with
If-
Fenvol on
There might
this
be
one.
two
If
things
all of
guarding
you are
the
that
chest, and they
worried,
might be in the
I'll
other
open
room.
it.
Nope, I'm with Fenvol. I will.
Okay, I'll try to open it. Is it?
Roll for initiative.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Understandable. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, we're wasting a lot of good rolls right now.
It doesn't take an expert to see that as soon as you attempt to open the chest and get close, the chest grows teeth.
I mean,
Okay,
I
so
told you.
they're not magical. Good to know.
Oh my, that is quite
Oh
ugly.
gee.
He's cute.
What about your whole throw a rock strategy? You didn't want to try that this time?
I mean, I pretty much always use it. I don't know. I guess I should have. I don't know if that would have worked actually.
Okay. Oh, there are only 5 people here. By the way, your guides are just kind of waiting at Fort below, right? Because this doesn't involve actually exploring the jungle.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I was like, wait, why does it feel there's so few people? Oh, that's why. All right. So, you are not surprised there. You were like, you were just ready. As soon as you saw the teeth appear on the chest, you were getting ready to move and do stuff.
Alright,
And I fell on
I
my
will chuck a
ass.
spear. I will chuck the spear. No, I won't.
You see that parts of the metal on its frame are actually metallic, and so your spear gets deflected off as it pierces on, tries hitting onto it.
Well, you know,
The
it
spear.
happens.
Oh yeah, this is the first time you toss your spear this way. As soon as the spear hits the metal part of the creature, it immediately returns back to your hand, as if by a small-scale teleportation.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Infusion.
I will note how fancy it is as I run forward and begin to start swinging. I'm gonna move here, and I will also, of course, use Barbarian Rage because this thing was probably going to hurt. And my character sheet is not loading.
Nice.
Oh, there it is. And so I will attack with this. And at the same time, also with this.
Right? A swing and a swing as you land down with 2 battle axes onto it, splintering at the top.
Sorry. I was
Do
reading.
both of those hit?
Yes, they both connect.
Okay.
As 26 damage goes down onto the mimic. As you swing down with your axe, you see that they actually get stuck onto it, and you cannot lift them up again.
Oh my. Both of them?
Wait, hold on. You have one that's a flame tongue now, right?
Yes.
The flame tongue one does not, but the second non-magical battle axe gets stuck.
Okay. That's concerning. Okay.
All right, and Melly?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna cast my spiritual weapon to make my loot reappear again. Let's try to smack it with that. Out, that is. It's dark. The spiritual loot's afraid of the dark. Then I'll point at the mimic and go, so do you pretend to be a chest because you're so ashamed of how you actually look you can't live with it, or what? And I'll cast Vicious Mockery on him. Here's hoping he
Right.
can actually hear me.
Sorry, it does not have advantage. That was an accident. An 8 fails as the mimic.
Now he gets disadvantage on his next attack.
Oh, good.
Another victory.
Alright. It attempts to go after the person that tried to open it, as it releases
Great.
its pseudopod directly towards you, Saga.
A what?
A
Pseudopod.
pseudopod.
That's
Is
disadvantage.
fucking crit.
It is at disadvantage.
Yeah, he's still angry.
Wow,
Um,
this guy is
He's just
quick.
less
Wait,
angry.
wait. Actually, never mind. Fine, I'll just take the 6 bludgeoning.
Alright, you take 6 bludgeoning damage, and you see that the pseudopod wraps around your hand. You are currently grappled by the mimic.
Okay, it's my turn now, right?
1 second.
Unless the mimic goes with another attack. What if he goes for a big chomp?
Well, I'm like the only one that rolled the shit initiative.
Give me just a second. As the mimic adheres onto you with its pseudopod, the following seems to happen. There, over to your left, right, you see Homie over here get wrapped by a tendril from around a corner and pulled off into the darkness.
Saga, I think your friend is dead.
I think he's fine. I just,
Is he saying anything to you?
no, but I would have known if he was dead. I think.
If you say so.
Alright. You do not hear or see Homie anymore.
Okay.
It is now your turn, Saga, and all of the rest of your turns as well.
Okay. I'm going. Does anyone wanna like try to release me?
I don't know how grappling.
You can just like use your action to do it, I guess.
Yeah, basically. You make an athletics check contested against whatever DC it is. In this case, the escape DC is 13.
Yeah, I don't have good athletics, so if you could. But
I mean, I
that's
feel
fine
like
if you
my
don't.
I feel like my action is better used sitting because I'm enraged. But I don't know, Fenval, what's your? Are you proficient in athletics?
No.
Understandable.
I'm not proficient in it, but I do have advantage on athletics rolls.
If you could release me, I can perform Crusher, but if you don't, then I have to use my action.
You can note that you can still attack while grappled, right? You can still grapple.
Is it a disadvantage?
No, unless the grapple restrains you. This grapple, however, is not restraining you.
Okay, then I'm just gonna sit there and attack. Actually, if I perform a dash action, would it ungrapple
You can't
me?
move while you're grappled.
Mhm.
When you're grappled, you have 0 speed.
Yep, when you're grappled, you have 0 speed, just as mentioned.
Okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna like throw some punches at it angrily. First with my 2 hands.
Alright.
6 bludgeoning.
One hand is grappled by the pseudopod, but you just push forward into it rather than trying to break away, as it doesn't expect it and takes 6 bludgeoning damage, causing its
And-
AC to reduce down by 2.
And then I'm going to spend a key point for a flurry of blows. Flurry. Every time. Unarmed strike. 4 bludgeoning. Unarmed strike. Fail. But because I hate it, it has -2. And is it immune to anything?
Wait, does that 9 miss?
The 9 does miss, yes, but the
Okay.
22 did connect for 4.
Just wanna make sure.
Is it with the -2 that it misses?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. Is it
So it's-
immune to anything?
So it's between 11 and 14.
Does it have damage, vulnerabilities, resistances, immunities, or condition immunities?
It does not. Oh, actually, it's immune to, and it is immune to acid damage and cannot be knocked prone.
That's like the only type of damage I have other than
I'm
bludgeoning.
imagining like a mimic being knocked prone. That's
Just the chest
Knocked
gets
the chest.
knocked onto its back.
okay. Well, Is it smacking time?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Seeing as though my non-magical axe is firmly embedded inside the mimic, I am going to pull out the Mace of Disruption, and I am going to once again try to hit with the Flame Tongue axe, which unfortunately does not hit. And then
It does not hit.
yeah, and then I'm going
Wait.
to
Hold on. Does second chance work on any rolls? Can I like use it for Mark?
I think it
I think it's
specifies
only
which
for
ones.
you.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's someone that tries to strike you. Never mind. Never mind. Sorry, can't help
Right.
Okay, then I will hit it with the Mace of Disruption.
Alright, and that connects for 8 bludgeoning damage. It is not a wait. It's for undeads and fiends, I think, right?
Yeah, my bad. I need to uncheck that under Mace of Disruption.
Yeah, no worries. It
Sorry,
is
so
a monstrosity.
Take out 6 radiant damage. Yeah.
Hmm.
So 14 damage.
Yep. Its form is like it's starting to fall apart. You can tell that it's not actually a chest by default, but some kind of utter gooey kind of like blob that's just currently in the shape of a chest, as it's not holding its form together anymore.
Okay, I throw spear. I go throw. I hit.
Right? 11 piercing damage onto the mimic. It's like practically melting, but the spear does not connect.
Okie dokie.
Think it's only
Right.
Fenville left.
As a bonus action, I'll have my spiritual loot try to smack it again.
Right? Go for it. Connecting. This is one weapon that can't get stuck as it slams onto the head of the mimic and then it just melts down into a blob.
Oh, I love that thing. Did I see or notice the homie get grabbed?
Yeah, you all would have seen that. This is like you just see homie there and then just suddenly just get pulled into the darkness and you've not heard it from him since.
I will move 30 feet in that case. Do I see anything around the corner? I have dark vision, so I think it's 60 feet I can see about to like there. maybe?
Probably.
Nothing seems to stand out. It's just darkness beyond 60 feet.
In that case, I'll dash, move another 30 feet up here.
Right. Looking for signs of homie, you see nothing around you.
No, he's dead.
I don't
Oh my
see
God.
anything over here. That's my turn, by the way.
Right?
So are we all? Am I able to retrieve my axe from the dead mimic, or is it still firmly embedded in it?
Yeah, you could just retrieve it. It seems that its adhesive properties have failed as Fenville, you see your body getting wrapped up by a tentacle that just flew down from the ceiling.
Uh-oh!
Oh,
As
indeed.
As the stalagmite that was up there reveals its form.
Oh.
Oh my.
Okay.
Holy shit,
Now
what is
close-
that thing?
Closer image. No, I didn't want to see a closer image. Oh god. It's
Kind
Cthulhu.
of looks like the original homie design that I was going for.
Yeah.
He
That's
was
what
just-
homie would have looked like.
Yeah.
Just smaller.
Okay.
Currently, Fenville, you are restrained inside of the tendril that it just used on you. And then, you see it start reeling you in.
Guys, could you hurry up,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah. Let me see. How far can I sprint?
I cannot because I'm literally unmovable.
No, it's dead now.
What?
So it's
It's dead. You're not grappled anymore.
Oh, is
Yep.
that okay? Fuck.
all right. So I'm gonna move. I'm gonna use my action to dash. Up to here.
Oh, I can reach him.
But that would be a dash. So I don't.
Don't I have the ability to? Hold on. I think I can use a key attack to use a dash. You can spend 1 key point to take disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn. And your jump distance is doubled for the turn. So yeah, I can dash and still have my action.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a key point to do that and like grab a hold of, or try to use my. I guess I need something sharp. I guess.
Your fists are weapons and should function fine for making the athletics check.
Okay.
Right. You just start punching and punching away at the tendril, trying to beat it out of a commission, and you see it like wiggle almost to let go, but it doesn't. Ben, you are still restrained.
Sorry. Try it.
It's all right. I appreciate it. I'm a little concerned, but I'll live, I think.
Can you use your action to try to do that same thing?
I think
When you're restrained, you're counted as incapacitated. Or actually, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I can. Yeah, I think I can try to break free.
Athletics check, right? Yeah.
Is it back to being our turns though, or?
Yeah, it's both you. You and Zero have yet to move.
Okay, right, because I was the last, and then it went. Okay, yeah.
The ceiling is 30 feet high. It is it extends down like 20 feet. So it is 10 feet above the ground right now.
Wait, this thing's hanging upside down?
From the ceiling.
Oh, I see.
Is it just a rock all around it?
Flips it upside down.
I mean, I could try to break the rock
the
where it's
emerg-
like ceiling from. So
I mean,
it'll
it's 30 feet
fall.
up. Can you get there?
No, but I can, like, still grab the
Throw
rock.
a rock at it.
No, I can just grab it with Mulder, I think.
Wonder if
very
this thing's
small-
weak to my pickaxe.
Yeah, I
Wait.
could.
I mean, you probably can do Molders, but this thing
30
is kind of huge, so it probably you won't be.
Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
a
it's 5 foot.
5-foot cube, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this thing is huge. So
This thing
Slowly
is like
work away at
this
it.
thing's like 15 by 15.
20 by 20, actually.
Was that your turn, Nick, or are you doing
Yeah,
something else?
I mean, I guess I can fire my longbow at it. Let's see if there's anything I can really do. I guess I can try. Yeah, I'll just fire my. No, you know, I'm not gonna. I'll just fire my longbow at it. Nope.
Bink! It bounces off one of the other stalagmites on the ceiling.
So what type of action is it to try to break free? Just athletics?
Athletics or acrobatics?
What?
Oh.
I had the option of acrobatics?
I
No,
think
if you're gonna
pulling
break the free.
no. Yeah, athletics is the only one you can use.
Sad.
Yeah, to help somebody else.
Yeah, I'll try to use acrobatics to get out then. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't wiggle your way free of it.
Alright, this is a little concerning. By a little, I mean a lot. It's actually kind of terrifying. I will use a bonus action to give... Who wants Bardic Inspiration? Who wants one?
Maybe you.
I can't give it to myself.
You can give it to me and I'll try athletics again.
If you're still in range, I feel like I'm better off doing an athletics because I've got like +5 to it.
Yeah, then go for it.
Sure.
So yeah,
here
you can try that.
Here you go, Keon. You can have some Bardic Inspiration.
Also, I can't really hit it anyway, so.
This is fair.
Gian, you now are bardically inspired.
Okay.
Hopefully that inspiration will make you help me.
You can do it, Keon!
If you can't, I'm fucking dead.
Very inspirational words.
You can. I think Marquis can. Well, we'll see. I guess word moves.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we'll,
Alright.
we'll see what happens.
On its turn, it uses some of its movement.
Hey!
Does
He
it
has
tend-
movement? Okay.
He's fast!
As it moves right
Fastest
there,
rock I've ever seen.
and then
Oh.
from the darkness, Saga, you also get wrapped by one of these. The 12, however, is parried by Yukion, and you manage to dodge out of the way of it there.
Okay.
Then,
Christ, it's got some range!
That is some range, wow.
then,
Ceiling is the main.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
at least we're going together.
that's,
This is certainly pleasant.
you are brought right up to its massive maw there, Fenville, as it will proceed to attempt to bite you at advantage because you are restrained.
Yep. Yeah, that hits. Very easily.
Oh my.
You
Wow.
a massive chunk onto the side of your body. You are beginning to
not
bleed
our
profusely
only
from over
healer
there.
dying, please. Fuck.
If you guys could hurry, that would be great.
Wait, it is all your turns.
Okay. So this is
Alright.
10 feet in the air, you said?
Yeah, because it's 30 feet high ceiling, and the creature is 20 feet big.
So is there any way that I am able to reach it with a melee weapon at all?
If you were able to find something that you could stand on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is there anything in the area around it that is sturdy or...
You go.
Look for a box.
You go ahead and look around momentarily, and you see that over here, a stalagmite has fallen down.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. For the time being, I'm just trying to help someone escape from a restraining is an action or a bonus action?
Well, we're
action
also
2.
probably like what, 10 feet up too, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they're in the air now?
it's bringing them closer and closer to its gaping maw.
Okay, and so wait, you said it was here, right?
Yeah, right. Let me go ahead and even just place where it is.
Oh my god. Oh my,
Okay.
and there it is.
Conveniently 30 feet away.
Wait, what
So-
is there?
A stalagmite that I can use to... A slag site. Yes. It's slag site that I can use to
A
jump
stalag.
off of. Yeah, a slag that on the ground that is a raised platform potentially for me to jump off of. How far am I able to jump if I have a running start?
Let me see. I believe it's up to your strength, like total strength.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is not far enough. Okay, Nick, if you want to, while I'm thinking about, hold on, if you want to take your action.
Yeah. I'll move there. Am I still within range? No, I'd have to fire it and throw at disadvantage unless I just fire my longbow.
Is it possible that you can hit the tentacle that's grabbing Fenvald to bring and Saga to bring them down?
I can.
It actually looks like you can target the tentacles here.
Because I don't
Okay.
think I'm not able to jump and reach them. It's going to be very difficult.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I guess I'll fire my longbow at the tentacle.
Which person?
Swing a fenway.
Try and get Fenvald down. I can try and get Saga down.
Okay.
Alright, roll the damage on Finville. As you slice one of its tentacles off. And Finville, you proceed to just fall.
Is this damage that'll fall damage?
It's not much, hopefully.
Because if so, I prepare Feather Fall, and I'm gonna cast that if it's gonna hurt.
It is. Looks like it is about to hit as you see the floor beginning to accelerate towards your face. but you proceed to fall a little bit more slowly.
Oh. That was I appreciate
so
that.
I'm assuming
It's
since you can
very-
cast it up to 5 creatures that you can also cast it on Saga, correct?
It's up to 5 falling creatures, so I actually can't. I don't
Not
think
right
I can
now, at
cast
least.
on people that aren't in the process of falling, so I don't think I
You
can.
cannot,
go
but
preemptively.
I think that we could just say that you coordinated this to have
Yeah,
it happen
but-
at the same time.
Okay, I'm going to move 30 feet up. So, just to make sure. So this is 30 feet up, and then this is 15 feet away. My strength is 17. So would I be able to jump and reach Saga, the tentacle grabbing Saga?
Let me see. I'd say the Saga isn't quite 10 feet above the ground yet. They're close enough to the ground compared to Fenvo, who was dragged up much earlier.
Okay, so I'm going to move up here, and I will attempt to jump and free Saga. So do you want me to make an?
Don't forget your D6.
Yeah, please.
Um. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna add a D6 onto that just to make sure.
Hopefully
Swinging down onto the tendril, you cut it off as both Saga and Fenville begin to start falling down.
Okay, I have slow fall, so. Oh.
Okay, well, I tried to help.
Fenville and Saga, it's still both of your moves as you were both now currently on the ground beneath the roper.
Okay, as I fall down, I'm going to like grab kind of the tentacle for flavor and pull myself as I'm like pulling myself, punching with the other hand. Just I'm attacking it basically.
Alright.
Let's see. Sorry. I am a bit retarded. Okay, there we go.
Insane in the membrane.
Okay.
Your fists land on its hardy exterior, dealing nothing.
Cool. Fuck me, dude. Okay, does that hit?
No.
I would hope so.
Are you serious?
Wait, the 19
The-
doesn't hit?
The hit hits onto its head as you feel the skin of it is extremely hardy. It does not deal any damage at all.
Fine.
Oh my.
He's tough as nails. Some would even
Wow.
say he's made out of mithril.
Wait. I think Crusher only.
Applies
Yeah,
on a
I'm
successful
sorry.
attack.
Only applies on a successful attack. So I apologize for
Well,
having the worst luck in the universe.
I mean,
Yeah,
you roll a 19
14.
and didn't hit, so I mean,
yeah.
so yeah, you got a 14.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Very.
You are on the ground beneath it. After releasing a flurry of 3 punches while falling.
Okay.
So
I
it's
wanna-
Fenval's turn.
Well, unless she's
Fine.
moving.
Final turn, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, right.
No, that's it for me. I would just really want to know if it's immune to acid, because I can do some stuff, but it's...
No, you have to wait until you can hit it.
yeah, I
yeah.
know.
Aqua would
Is it
run
gonna
away.
be-
I would imagine this is immune to acid. Yeah.
Would running away from this thing provoke an attack of opportunity?
No, it is not in range to bite you. You are 10 feet below it.
Good. I'm going to run here.
Fenville, as soon as they feather fall down to the ground, just starts booking it.
Can I cast Moonbeam on the ceiling?
Yeah, you can direct it at a point, which includes not being on the ground.
Great. That is what I will do. I will cast Moonbeam, sort of the little circle centered on him. Here, I'll put it in the chat so it can show up what it says.
Alright, go ahead and draw where the 5 by 5 or the 10
I
by
just
10
wanted
is.
to put chat. Oh, there it is, the chat button. 5-foot radius. Yeah, okay. No, it's also just a 40-foot high cylinder, so I guess it doesn't matter if it's on the ceiling or not, because it just hits the whole area. if you want.
Yeah, so you just have to put the 10 by 10 squares. So it's that basically.
see which one is. I think it's Alt for circle. Pop. There it is.
All right, there it is. A moonbeam begins to descend down onto it as it starts screeching in pain. It will take the damage at the beginning of its turn. Saga, are you moving or staying there?
Right. I have the move action. I'm gonna just go next to Keon, where I feel comfortable and safe.
I'm worried about staying too close together because this thing.
Actually,
Mark,
as a bonus
it
action,
only
I'd
has
like to
so
move
many
my loot 20
tentacles.
feet.
Wait, your loot that was down there.
It's all the way down there. It just sits there. I have to wait so long for it to
Wait,
get over
do
here.
I see my homie anywhere?
No, homie's gone.
Oh, that's
Uh-oh.
sad. It's okay, I can
He
make
got
him again
nommed.
later. I just wish I didn't have to.
Right? On the Roper's turn. You see it has 4 tendrils, and from left to right, top to bottom. Saga, you would just release yourself from its grip. As it grabs you once again. And, Kion, you also do not manage to escape from it
What's
this
your
time.
armor class, Rose?
17.
I can use cutting words if you don't want to get grabbed. I can.
I
roll
would.
two.
Yeah, I would like that.
Alright, I will use cutting words as a reaction. To reduce the 18 to a 15.
Alright. Right when what looks like it was about to grab them, Fenville, you cut the words away, and that very same tendril instead reaches for you.
Oh, wait, hey!
Zer,
Don't worry,
it cannot.
I got you.
It can't get a good grip on you, Zer. You just keep ducking and diving out of the way with the tendril every time it attempts to. Yes.
This is absolutely
Wait.
miserable.
As he's moving like next to me, can I like grab onto him as a reaction?
No. Also, you already used your reaction.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
for
reaction
slow
was
fall.
the feather fall.
Oh. Wait, wasn't that earlier? We're still on
It
the
was on
same
the
your-
same turn that he
Your
just
reaction comes back on
Yeah.
your next turn, Rose. You
I
get
thought-
one per like full round.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
we
Roper
cut
will-
you down on our turn, so it's not our turn again yet. So.
The Roper will try to bite down onto the coach's target, which in this case would be you, Kion. It is at advantage because you are restrained. But it can't get the bite
matter.
down.
It's got a
Okay,
plus
so
7.
that means it's got +7 to its hit. I mean,
He's
to be fair, so do
dynamite.
I, but
Alright, what's the moonbeam damage?
what are we doing?
I rolled it up above. It was 16. I think it's
16.
actually a con save though, not wisdom. Yeah, it is.
Oh. Which one? Wisdom?
Con. It's con,
Oh, Constitution.
which he's probably better at. But actually, he's kind of wise hovering over that. Oh, he's actually about the same. That does not meet it.
It takes the full 16 moonbeam damage as it roars in pain from the radiant trying to burn into it, and it tries moving to the left. But it's
Hey.
not very fast.
Sorry, I can move the moonbeam 60 feet on my turns. Just have to chase it around.
I think it's like immune or it's vulnerable to radiant damage. So
Yeah, well, I would love to hit it, but you know.
Okay, is it our turn?
Wait, can I do anything while I'm up here?
It's not your turn quite yet, as it roars in pain, the following you see happen. Is there behind you, right?
Oh no.
Dropping down from the ceiling. Something attempts to bite into you.
Piercer.
And it misses as this thing splats on the ground next to you. It actually got wounded from its own fall.
Oh god.
He's kind of cute.
It's like a giant larva. Ew.
Why does he have a little spike
It's
like
also got a
growing out of
mouth
his
above
ass?
its eye. Now, keep in mind that it's got a mouth below and above its eye.
Well, yeah. It
You
needs
don't.
both of them.
Just splat down next to you. And this damage roll is not for you. It's for the piercer. Give me a second.
Oof.
Oh god.
Okay. Wow.
It makes a little squeak sound when it lands on the ground. You have perception proficiencies there. You look up at the ceiling and you see that more of the stalagmites are very, very slowly moving up there.
Oh god.
Thing of babies.
You get a good account of where they are up there on the ceiling.
Oh my lord. Oh god.
Oh, of course it.
One right up-
Wait,
one
was
right
that
above.
one that was on the ground?
It's right next to there. Let me go ahead and place it with a grounded condition whenever they land on the ground.
Are they still on the ceiling?
Only that one is on the ground. The others are still on the ceiling, just very slowly moving up there.
Yuck.
Alright, that's it.
I'm gonna throw a spear, I guess, at the tentacle holding Kion. Actually, wait, I need to move first, don't I? Wait, am I in range? I wasn't last turn, so I don't think I'd have to move.
Will you move away from the piercer?
Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna move away.
Okay,
Over
give me a moment.
Yeah, gets an opportunity attack, I assume.
Yes, the piercer does in fact get an opportunity attack at you. Give me a second. Just checking something.
Hey, Fenwell, are you able to cast Featherfall again? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a full. I'm running out of spells. I won't lie, but
Oh, it doesn't take a.
Spell
It-
slot.
oh yeah, it does.
It nicks you on your leg for 1 damage.
Okay, I'm not worried about it. Then
Incredible.
don't worry about it.
I'm
unless-
more worried about it for me. I'm barely hanging in there. Get it? Hanging
That's a
in
fair
there. See?
point. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a fair point, actually.
Now I'm gonna throw a spear at the tentacle holding Kion.
Alright,
Nope. Okay.
miss.
Alright, I'm gonna use my action surge. And I will throw another spear.
This is from just your bonus
Okay.
toss, right? This is
Sorry, what?
before you've been action searching.
Sorry, you cut out for a second. What did you say?
This is before you've been your action search, right? Just a 1-2 toss. 1-2, 1-2.
Don't I have to hit with the first one in order to throw the second one?
No, you do not.
Oh. Okay, I don't use my action surge yet.
Alright, roll
I
the
will throw
damage.
spear trigger. Oh, are we? Okay, well, it landed anyways. Let me just. Is there a damage difference between them? Yeah, so it should be spear 2 that I roll the damage for anyway. Damage.
Are you still
Okay.
grappled,
Well-
Mark?
Wait, while I'm falling, am I able to try and make an attack?
Yeah, go ahead. As you get unrestrained, right? You got ready with your weapon right before you start falling down to the ground, and you swing out. Connecting. 4. Whew. That's some damage.
Yeah.
30 damage from your flame tongue battle axe connecting into it. You get an idea of this thing's AC. Even if it's rock hard exterior, its AC of 20 cannot survive the hit.
Wow, that is quite DC though.
That's a lot of AC.
A lot of air conditioning. Don't laugh at that. That wasn't funny.
Am I able to hit with both of them while I'm falling, or just the one?
Both. I'd like to say that you were basically prepared to fall. Right, like Zer was occurring, they were about to hit the center, and you got ready to swing.
Okay.
And as soon as it unhanded you, you went for it, but that's when it hits onto its rock hard head. And you fall down to the ground 10 feet.
Hey, how
If
far
not
off the
prevented
ground
in some
am I
way,
right
you
now?
will take 5 damage from this fall.
Does falling damage count as any damage type or no?
Let me see, actually.
Counts as sheer damage.
It is bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so then that is cut in half.
You reduce our hull damage
Yep.
by half.
Reduced in half from your rage.
Okay, is that 2 or 3?
That would be 3. No, it always rounds down 2.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot what.
Basically,
And the
it rounds down against you, rounds up for you. Not always, but
I almost put 2 instead of -2.
How far off the ground am I right now, by the way?
You're like on ground level. You're about to be dragged up though.
That's
Convenient.
pleasant.
I'm gonna use my action surge anyway, so And I'm gonna throw a spear at the one holding Fenwell. Alright,
Dink.
I guess I'll try spear number 2.
Alright, and spear number 2 does go. Dealing 7 piercing damage onto it. Venville, you are released from the tentacle. You are not falling, though.
This is really
I don't think I
not
can do that
pleasant.
again.
It's
That's
appreciated.
just my in-character way of letting you know that I use my action surge. Okay, well that's my turn.
Okay, do you guys want to take a turn or should I first?
I'm all turned out.
Oh, you guys are done?
I mean, I still have a turn, but
Mark already
Okay.
went while he was falling.
Yeah.
Jake, by the way, remember you have the belt.
I haven't had to maintain concentration yet.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I do have my
in case
moonbeam
you do.
active now, though.
I'm going to yell at Fenwall,
Hmm?
saying get better. As I cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
I thought
suck,
you were just,
Fenwell.
yeah, you were just taking. I thought you were just taking a dig at him.
He's very
hell?
low.
You will need to get into touch range to do that.
Huh? Yeah, I'm
Cure
not
wounds
afraid.
touch range. Okay.
Oh, that's actually very appreciated. Thank you.
Let's see. Can I take a bonus action with my punches still? When
No,
I'm
you would need to
strength?
attack in order to do that.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, in that case, I don't really have anything else to do as a bonus action. I'll just... Do I? No, I don't. That's it. End my turn there.
Alright, that's the end of your turns.
Oh,
Oh wait, no,
I haven't
Fenville
done
hasn't.
yet.
Am I able to
I'm
move as well after falling or no?
Yeah, you can move after falling.
Okay, I'm just gonna move a little bit over here.
I'm going to run 30 feet this way. Hang out here for a second.
Welcome back, Mendel.
Hey, yeah, thanks. It's great to be back. Be here all week, haha. I'll cast Mirror Image on myself.
Alright.
Makes it so now I have 3 more Fenvals just hanging out that will hopefully protect me. Do I have any bonus action things I want to do? Yes, I do. I will move my loot, which had gotten,
Wait, do you have to use an action to move the moonbeam?
it's an action to move the Moonbeam. He's still in it right now as well, so it's okay.
Okay.
The
The only thing I was
Aqua, am I-
thinking is if we need it, if the moonbeam is able to go like up, just to try and force it down towards this over here, because this might be useful later.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
Alright,
do
let
that.
me... Oh yeah, it is on the ceiling right now.
Aqua, I'm gonna have my spectral loop. Can it reach the ceiling? Because it moves 20 feet in a turn, and it's here right now. So it has
You left it back there a while ago. It can eventually reach the ceiling, yeah, but it's, what, 20 feet at ground level? Or
yeah,
sorry,
well,
it was
I
at
moved
ground level.
I moved it here last time I moved it.
hmm
So I'm assuming it can't reach up top to hit that guy.
No, it's
yet.
30 feet high. It would need like another turn and a half just to get up there.
Okay, well I'll move it a turn closer.
Alright, you may want to draw where it is as well.
Which should I draw to mark it?
As you are
Sounds
drawing,
nice.
I believe it's Roper's turn.
Let's do a little nice little. Oh, I guess we're doing a square. I meant to do free.
You see 3 tendrils on the Roper, just flailing about. It screams out with some ungodly yell as it regrows all its tendrils back.
Don't forget
And?
it's a con save, by the way.
Yes. As its tendrils regrow, it makes its constitution save.
Yep, that is half damage. Boop.
Taking 5 radiant damage and still just trying to very slowly move away. You just see it like, it's actually slittering like on the ground, just suctioned up there. Just like little legs just...
Oh my.
And it will try tendriling each one of you one more time. Top to bottom, left to right.
Oh,
13
fuck
does
yeah.
not hit you, Kian. 8 does not hit you, Saga, but that 26, Zara, you for the first time, you are grabbed. And?
I can't
Would
believe
you
it
say
actually
that-
rolled high enough to get me.
Would you say that his like tentacles are projectiles? Asking. Or-
No, the tentacles are very much
That-
not projectiles. Just
I'm imagining you
Does-
grabbing it and throwing it back in.
Yeah, I mean that would be funny, right?
I'm imagining
I
you
just wish.
grab it, he just
we
starts
find-
reeling you in anyway. Wait.
I
Wait,
really
that's
wish we
illegal.
find more ranged enemies with like projectiles, because I really want to use my thing.
No, that's the best part about playing Monk. You become so aware of every enemy that throws projectiles. Like, oh, there one is. I can catch that.
Yeah. It's actually the best ability.
it will attempt to bite down onto Zara. Unable to chomp through your armor.
Nice.
Then, does the piercers move? You see, the ones on the ceiling are just...
Yuck.
Ugh, they're creepy.
Except for the
Fenville,
one
watch
on the
out.
ground here, Fenville. As you're, feeling just fine, right? Feeling pretty confident now. Behind you, you see it throw out a tendril at you.
You're kidding me. These ones have them too.
Alright, roll that D20.
What? Concentration, you mean?
No, because to determine if the,
Oh, right. I should probably
It will hit the
mark
mirror
on
image.
myself.
Wait,
Yep, that hits one of my little clone boys.
That's how you notice it initially, Fenville. You're just like watching the roper when you see the tendril fly through one of your mirror images and then making it disappear.
Wait, what's happening with that?
He has a spell called Mirror Image, which makes
Yeah.
3 other Fenvils. And if it rolls like a certain con or whatever, it hits the image instead of him.
Okay.
Yeah, and it gets harder for him to dodge. It gets easier to hit the real one the less images there are left.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
obviously. If there's 2, there's like a 50% chance to hit you. And if
Right
there's
now I
3, there's 33%.
I need to roll 8 or higher, and then if I have 1 left, it's just like 11 or higher. So it's
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
it's not,
Right.
and it's not concentration, so it's just nice to have active.
Alright, it's all your turns.
Okay, let me go first. To
yeah,
pressure.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to attack it. Do I need to move or anything? Or can I reach it?
It is 10 feet above the ground. Unless you have a way of being able to, like, make something 5 foot on the ground, you cannot reach it.
Well, I can make something 5
Weird.
foot
Huh,
underground,
funny.
but it takes an action to do it, so that sucks. Can I like grab onto it with acrobatics, or is that an action as well?
That would be an action, and it would be like attempting to grapple it, basically.
Fine, I'm gonna create, or I'm gonna move the ground underneath me to go higher.
The ground beneath, rises up 5 feet.
Wait, that doesn't cast it, just, whatever. Yeah. And, I can't do anything else, so... yeah.
But go ahead and mark a 5 foot square where you're depositing this 5 foot cube of earth.
Right
I would
underneath
put
me,
it,
so
no,
that-
put it between us. I think you should put it between us.
Oh
And
yeah.
we both can use it.
Okay, right here.
Right there, to the right of you, Kion, you see a 5 foot cube of earth rise up.
Alright, so if I use that to try to free Zaire, would that provoke an attack of opportunity from the piercer next to me?
Only if you were to move away from it.
Okay, so I am able to try to attack that tentacle though.
Yes.
Okay. So I will move here and try to leap up and hit the tentacle that is grabbed onto Zaire.
Right? You get an idea of these tentacles. The AC of the tentacles is 15. As you could have cleave in for... Is it enough? It is absolutely enough. There, you are freed and will take... 2 falling damage. Bump.
Aqua, do the tentacles count as as different creatures? Like if I were to attack 2 with acid splash, for example.
Sure, they are both objects and creatures in this case.
Okay.
Nick, are you good? You're kind of quiet. I should just wait.
Huh? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, you were just quiet. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I took a headache pill and it's making me sleepy.
Oh, okay. Do you think I should try and attack the piercer, or just go for the big boy?
I think over the big one. The piercers aren't very strong.
Okay, I will also attack the big boy then. Oh, but I do not hit with that.
Alright. That head is hard. You just can't. If you fall, if you step 5 feet down, that will incur the attack of opportunity as you're moving out of its reach at that point.
Oh, you're talking about from the big one?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it had an attack of opportunity at all. Okay. Can I stay on the rock then? Is that?
Yes, you can stay on it. Yeah, as you're about to move out, you see that tentacle is about to try and hit you on your back if you move out, and you change your mind.
Okay. That's my bad. I thought it just wasn't able to opportunity attack.
It can if you're in strange. I think every creature can.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Alright, I'll go. I'll use my action to move the moonbeam there. Just, be a little asshole to him.
It can't get away from the moonbeam.
Where's Sven gonna book it to? God, there's no good spots to run. I guess over here is probably the best. Nope. I get there. Can the spiritual weapon down here reach this guy at this point? With its 20 feet?
Yeah, also I forgot to move this one, sorry. Actually, that one should have moved too, though, sorry.
Asshole.
But yeah, I'll let you move the spiritual weapon in range of it anyway.
Okay. So it'll go up and try to smack him off the ceiling.
Right. Quang!
These things are hard to hit too.
Well, that's it for me.
Okay. Since it's hanging from the ceiling, do I suffer disadvantage when throwing from where I am, or?
No, it's 10 feet away from you.
Okay. Alright, what can I even do here? Okay, I want to try and use Distracting Strike. That means I have to roll my hit roll first, so I'm gonna throw a spear at the big guy.
Right. Just barely not able to get a good clean hit on its eye. Like it was just on the side of it, glancing off.
And just like the other round, Spear 2 is gonna hit somehow. Okay, no, it didn't. Alright. Well. Okay.
Do you want to move?
Yeah, that's it. It'll provoke an opportunity attack, I think.
No, it won't. You're not.
No, you're on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it only would on Keon, because Keon is 5 feet above the ground. But yeah, ground level, it's 10 feet away and can't opportunity attack you.
I guess I'll move over here.
Alright. Then, on to Roper's turn.
I think we should deal with this at some point. Just that, because the other ones are going to take a while to reach us.
That succeeds. Here is the damage.
You think we should deal with the small guys?
The one right next to us, at least.
Down to
Okay.
6 radiant damage.
6 radiant damage goes on to Roper. It's looking about half dead from all the culmination of damage it's hit. And it's trying so hard to get away from this moonbeam. So hard.
Dude, the moonbeam is fast. The spiritual weapon can move 20 feet. The moonbeam's like, yeah, you can move me 60 in a turn. I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah.
And also see someone who might be able to range to bite, even if it can't tendril people successfully. But it will try tendriling anyway, as that's all it knows how to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top to bottom, left to right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
There. 15 does
wait,
not
are we
connect onto Keon.
all-
No, we're not at all.
You're
okay,
not.
Mark, I think you're the only one who's not grappled.
Hold on, wait.
Wait, actually, no. I think I just need an 8 for this one. Let me go find
I
it.
think it might be just an 8 too.
Yeah, I gotta go open it in my spell list. God, mirror image is so sick.
That is pretty sick, actually.
Yep, just an 8 or higher when I have 2 left. Which I have 2 left outside of me. And then when there's
Alright.
just 1 left, it's an 11.
You see, Fanville, that another illusion next to you just gets grappled instead of you,
Oh
and it just poofs in its tendril.
Oh. This thing's useful.
It would. It sees Zare here, so we'll just go for the advantage bite on you.
Can I? Is that considered like an attack?
It is an attack, yeah.
That's on Zare, right?
Okay. Can I use my
Yeah.
second chance here to see if I can avoid being caught?
Oh, by the first that tendril to 24. All right, yeah, go for it. Use second chance. As the tendril hits, and that's in an alternate reality. In this reality, what happens is
Oh shit.
it doesn't hit at all.
If the
We're out
bite
here.
is going on to Zare, I will use my reaction to give it the cutting words to reduce it by a d6.
Yeah, right before that bite, it's also about to bite down onto Zare. No.
Oh.
It's a good
So
roll. When
more-
you only need to get a 1, though.
Yeah.
A psychic force materializes from Finville's mouth and then just prevents the bite from connecting onto your head. Zare.
Thank God.
Then, on the ground floor, or not really ground, these piercers are continuing their little movements. Look at them.
Look out! They're coming.
Oh, actually, hold on. This one on the ground won't do that quite yet. This one on the ground will attempt to go ahead for the tendril on Saga, who's right in front of it. Missing.
Okay.
Literally only having luck with like misses today.
Hey, that's a
By
good thing to
enemies.
have luck with.
Conwall, getting ready to focus down the monster in front of you, one of these piercers drops from the ceiling over to your left and just splatters on the ground. Meh.
Wait, was I like shoved or something? Why am I here?
Sorry, I thought I grabbed you toward it. I forgot where you were initially, so I tried placing you back where I thought you'd
right
be.
Here.
Oh, you were
I was
still
next
under
to
it.
the
Okay.
rock. I was next to the rock.
Yeah. Let me see. These piercers do all of that, and that seems to be all for their turns. It is all
which
of your
piercer
moves again.
dropped?
The one.
This one.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Yeah, that one is now on the ground as well.
You know, they're literally not aligned in any way that I can use caustic brew. Like, I guess
Well-
like that.
They are on the ceiling, though.
Oh yeah, I can't brew upwards, huh?
You
Wait,
can.
is-
It'll just splash over me. Probably not the greatest idea.
So
Shoot
there
it
is,
up, it falls on.
there is being grabbed right now.
Yes, they're currently grappled up there.
Do you two have anything that you can do?
Yeah, this is very, I don't know, I guess I'll do it. I'm going to,
Huh?
cast Acid Splash on the tentacle and on, like, him.
Alright, go for it. Acid Splash.
1 second.
What is that splash?
This is flashback.
What's
Acid.
the text? And I'll
Thank you.
roll it.
Both of them passing.
Dude, he's a
That's
beast.
sad.
He's a -1 to those. What a legend.
I know. He sucks. I hate him. Okay, Acid Splash is,
Wait, but
Target-
it does hit the tendril, right? The tendril's lower.
Well, it's a save, not
Tendril.
a attack roll.
It's
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
I think decrease damage?
You do not. Most cantrips say that if they succeed on a save, they just don't take anything at all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
forgot it was actually. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I guess I'm also gonna use my movement to. I want to move away from this thing, so I guess I'll just go like right here in the middle of all of them.
Right. Moving forward next to the piercers instead.
Yes. Well, I think I can fight these off easier. You know, at least getting rid of them.
Alright, I believe that's all for Saga's turn.
I will.
Technically, can I? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I just have a lot of questions because there's like, if I like the acid splash is technically considered an attack, correct?
No, it's a saving throw.
Okay. What?
Yeah. your attack is a
I don't know
attack.
the difference sometimes.
Whenever you have to roll a d20 to determine if you hit it, that's an attack. If it requires a saving throw, then that's a saving throw. Those are the only two types of attacks, basically. Or, like, two types of offensive things.
Because I was trying to see if, in this case, I can use a bonus action to go into patient defense. I think I can, right?
Yeah, that doesn't require an attack roll.
I don't think
Yeah,
patient defense even requires an attack.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure because Step of the Wind does, as you said.
No,
I'm
yeah,
just
Step of the Wind
gonna-
doesn't require. Step of the Wind doesn't take an attack either. Flurry of Blows does. Flurry of Blows requires you to make an attack.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Then I'm just gonna use my bonus action after standing here to go into patient defense.
All right,
which
with the
is a
piercer,
dodge action as a bonus action.
with the piercers on their way, you begin to dodge.
Yeah.
I'm going to move my moonbeam a little bit as an action to go here. So let's get.
Wait,
both
I
of them.
have a question. Was that moonbeam where it was? Was it able to hit the tendril that's on Zara now? Because it was up here before.
I don't think the moonbeams have been damaging the specific tendrils. I think it's just
They-
hitting the creature.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I think they, for the sake of abdication, I'd say not, just because there's no way to tell where
Yeah.
they are.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'll move that there as an action. The part of me just wants to recast spiritual weapon so I can have it hitting the big guy instead of all these little dudes.
You have two spiritual weapons out at once?
No, it'll get rid of the old one.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna be able to clear the tendril holding Zara, or do you want me to?
I can try to hit it with the spiritual weapon actually.
Yeah,
Try to
sure.
recast it. Yeah, let's do that. I'll recast spiritual weapon. I'm just gonna use the same drawing. Wow,
Right, the
it's
loot-
I'm fast in there trying to hit him out.
The loot disappears from where it previously was and materializes next to the tendril.
I will take a little swingy swing.
And that connects for 11 force, which is enough to freeze Zare, falling down 10 feet. Again, you're just getting bounced back up and down like a yo-yo.
Yeah.
Zare, you take 4 damage.
Alright, I'm getting a little tired of this thing's shit, so I'm going to decide to attack recklessly.
Good man.
So I'm going to
A man, a myth, a legend, standing on this 5-foot cube, swinging recklessly, connects with one of the battle axe hits for... And 2d6 fire, right? No, wait, you hit with the flame tongue second, I see.
yeah.
Okay. For 11 damage onto it. It's roaring pain. This is the first hit it's taken in a while, but it's just slowly getting burned down.
Okay. I guess, time to miss with another spear. Alright, let's chug it. Okay, well. And spear number 2? Nope.
Yeah, this AC
Flames
is
Conjurer's
crazy.
got too much AC. Okay.
Yeah,
that's my
its
turn.
AC is really high.
He's got too much AC, quote man with 22 AC.
Hey, you're like, oh, this is
Hey,
how it
man.
feels.
It's hit me 3 turns in a row, so I don't want to hear it.
He's a beast.
Well, I think he's a Cthulhu
Monstrosity.
stalactite monster.
Oh, they're nuts! The heck?
Go ahead.
They both take half damage from this. Whenever
5
it's
radiant
soft,
damage.
5.
You've just been burning it over and over. It just can't get away from its moonbeam. It's too slow.
It's a game of attrition, and I'm winning.
You know, when you get really tired, it's almost like I can see the tentacles on the map even if they're not there.
The fuck?
I am going sleep crazy, I feel like. Taking this tile and all this early was a bad idea, apparently.
Piercer, scope for the disadvantage drops onto you, Saga. No.
I was just like.
They just
face
injured
me.
themselves. They just injured themselves in the process.
Only 2 of them dropped down?
Yeah, 2 of them dropped down next to Saga. They just hurt themselves.
Gross is surrounded.
Great, I can finally do something, I think.
Yeah, the Piercer to your right there, will try to grab you, Finville, with the tendril. It doesn't matter. It can't land it. It can't land it. The Piercer next to you, Kion, will try tendriling you.
Jeez.
And it will connect. But it's not pulling you toward it, it's just like crawling towards you trying to bite you. As it nicks you for 2 damage.
Okay.
It's dynamite.
Yeah, I mean, I did say they're pretty weak.
Yeah.
They have no
The-
bonus to their damage rolls.
Then the Roper goes.
He's ready.
The Roper.
Oh, thank God.
I think Kion. Okay, sorry, I did it one more time. Kion, you do get grappled, and Venville, roll that d20.
Okay, the 26 is for me. Good, good, good. Oh. Hey, it hits my last little clone.
Your
Man,
last
clones
mirror
are put
image.
into work, Jesus.
Yeah.
That is a nice ability.
Yeah, I took it with magic initiate.
It's not
Okay.
even concentration.
That's why I took it. It's so good. Oh.
It doesn't even really pull you closer, Kion, because you're already in range of it, right? But it will get this attack at advantage because you are now restrained.
See, that was my secret. That's why I recklessly attacked. It would have already been an advantage.
The
no.
plays 26.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, thank God that's cut in half.
Yeah,
I was glad
Good
you
thing
rolled
you
that
have-
damage roll for me. It would have knocked me out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Before it was just one hit you.
Yeah,
Out cold.
it hit me for 23, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's it.
Okay. I guess
It is all-
it's our turn then.
Yes, it is all your turns.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a spear at the tentacle holding Kion.
Right?
No,
Think.
I'm not. I'm gonna try again. No.
No, its AC is 15.
Okay, you
Dude,
guys have fun.
Nick has put on a clinic of how to roll 1 below the number you need to get.
Not only that, I have +7 to my hit roll on my spear. but I
Yeah.
just
I
cannot roll.
That's unfortunate.
Okay.
I guess I'll take my action. Gonna attack the one on the top of me with my
Right.
two-handed.
Go to the washroom.
Oh, wait. Why is it with advantage?
I'm not sure, but in any case, its AC is 15, and so it does not connect.
Okay, I will also unarmored strike that one.
Oh, that one does connect and reduces its AC by 2. Or 6 bludgeoning damage.
I'm gonna take the dodge action. Wait, no, I can't, right? Can I?
No. Could you use your action to attack and then bonus
Yeah.
action to unarmed strike?
I'll just attack it two more. One more?
Right.
2 more times.
Once more with the Flurry of Blows. I don't think it's at advantage though. So that's 4
I don't know
damage.
why I literally clicked. Okay, sorry.
Normally that would have missed, but you decrease its AC by 2, and so it does connect instead for 4, as You squish it under your fists.
Do I know anything about it? Like, what it's
These piercers have blind sight.
blind sight. What is that?
They can see while blinded.
Oh, okay.
Right, that seems to be it for that piercer.
Is that your turn,
Right.
Rose? Or you got something else?
No. I will take opportunity attacks if I'm. Actually, it'll just be one opportunity attack, right?
Yes.
Actually, I'm not gonna go away from its range. Just gonna go here.
Alright. The singular eye on this big larva thing never stops tracking you.
That's disturbing.
Okay, I am stuck, so, Fenball, you're up.
Yep. I will move the moonbeam. If it's here, is it still hitting the big guy?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, sure. As a bonus action, I'll try to have the spiritual weapon bonk our good friend Keon free. It'll
Oh, that is just tragic.
make off-tune clangs against it. And then Jake, the player, is really quickly gonna pee because I really gotta go. Be right back. That's my turn, though.
Is there anything I can do at all while grappled by this?
Yes, you can still attack and everything, but because this isn't just a grapple, but it's also a restrain, your attacks would be at disadvantage.
Can I try and free myself?
Yes, as a athletics,
Okay, and
or by
that's
attacking
my-
the tendril.
That is, would the attack also be disadvantage? On the
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and then last question. If I am trying to make an athletics check, can I still use my bonus action to attack?
Yeah. Oh.
If I
no.
succeed.
I don't think so. No, because you have to make the attack first in order to use the bonus action with the 2 weapon.
Say it again?
In order to do the second swing, you need to attack.
Oh, okay. So it's just I would not be able to do anything. I would just fall.
Well, not fall. You just kind of standing here on this, wrapped up on top of this 5-foot cube.
Oh, true.
yes.
Yeah, I'm actually Okay, well, and then the athletics check is normal, not a disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I will attempt to free myself.
Right.
And I believe that succeeds, right?
It does. You just snap the tendril by flexing hard enough.
Okay. And then I don't believe I can do anything then. Just trying to double check. Yeah, I don't believe I can do anything if I can't attack.
Right, then the roper's turn. It will continue trying its best to get away from the moonbeam. Oh, sorry, then not 2 cards, there's just 1. As it fails that moonbeam damage, and we'll see how much damage it takes afterward. And Piercer as well, by the looks of it. But it is almost dead. It is just clinging onto there, just barely managing to hold it. It's kind of squealy-ish form. It will go for the tendril times 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I am back.
Roll that moonbeam damage. They both failed. The roper and the piercer.
I think the roper succeeds. My DC is only 13.
Yeah, it rolled.
really?
Yep. So he just got it.
No, I mean, it rolled a 6, not a 13, because it's not an advantage.
Yeah.
It rolled a 6.
Yeah.
Oh.
He accidentally rolled it twice.
As this piercer gets hit by the moonbeam and fails to save, you just see it like fall down to the ceiling and just splatter on the ground.
Hoggies.
The roper's tendril attacks. 11 was onto Zare, missing. 8. But the 25 is onto Saga.
Wait, huh? What? Oh, it grabbed me?
You've been yoinked.
Yeah.
Yoink.
Well, you know, at
You've
least
been
I'm not in the
struck by
middle of a
a
bunch of
smooth
bitches
roper.
now.
And the 11 onto Venville, but does not do anything.
Oh my god!
And then
it actually missed me.
It's just focusing on the one that has a grapple.
Yeah, it thinks it's got you. It thinks someone on the ground is the mirror image, you know?
He can't fool me.
It aims for Saga with its bite.
Goodbye, Saga. Nice knowing you.
What?
Okay.
Jesus.
Saga takes 26 piercing damage from the bite
Let's
and
see
is
if
knocked
there's
unconscious.
Anything I can do before that happens.
Damn, he really dragged you across the dirt and then chopped you.
I'm actually surprised I can drag you that far. I drag you 30 feet. Like, damn.
Yeah.
He's got some muscle in there.
I don't know. Unless the bite was a missile, I can't do anything.
Hmm.
Catch the bite and throw it at him.
Grab the teeth.
Teeth is a missile.
Bite him instead. No,
Okay.
I'm pretty much knocked unconscious.
Fenville, while you are there, you see the piercer on the ground trying to tendril you over there.
Yeah, keep it up.
And they like you keep it up.
He gets me.
They boomed you. They boomed you. While the piercer on the top tries to drop on you with advantage.
Oh, what an asshole.
What has advantage? Oh shit. Nope.
It
Well.
missed.
It missed.
Dude, they have such bad luck on these drop attacks. It's crazy.
Have they hit any of them?
I think
Oh wait.
one. No, I think they miss every single one of their drops.
Wait. Why? Annabelle, why are you over there now?
I
It
think I
dragged
got
him over.
yanked.
Oh.
It didn't want to drag you because you're big and scary, and it's like, that's a fucking twink. Give me a.
Let me
Oh,
go
so-
ahead and put the
I see.
the one that's here on the ground will move 5 feet forward and we'll just try to yoink you, Kion.
Hey.
And you just see it like lightly lick over you. It's kind of uncomfortable. And the piercer below you still has you. I think the piercer over here still has you tendril too, huh? I totally forgot about that.
Does
Well,
it? Let me see.
I think it did a while ago, the previous turn. Not that it
Um,
mattered because you haven't moved.
Yeah.
It would try to advantage you. It's not trying to pull you anyway.
That just provides. That just tries to. I just can't move while it's doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that should be all. All the ropers and piercers have made their moves.
Okay. I feel like we should try and focus on killing this thing as soon as possible. So I'm going to expedite that by beating the shit out of it. And I will again attack recklessly this time. So I will attack at advantage. Oh, jeez. Aw, jeez. Well, that is all I have.
Alright. As a bonus
It's so
action,
close to death.
I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word the one time I can with my magic initiate thingy.
Wow, that is. You've been
Which
holding
will-
out on this. You had this the whole time. Damn.
Well, yeah.
Or
it
only
didn't
did you
seem
just get it?
necessary. No, I just got it like this level.
Oh,
but
okay.
if are you kidding me, if I had it during that arena fight, it would have been great. So all 4 of us heal for a whopping 4 HP.
Nice.
And Saga, you are back up and kicking.
Acrobatics to try to get away from it, right?
You are currently restrained in its tentacle.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you can use an
roll
action to attempt to break it.
Yeah, acrobatics first.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Okay.
Continue.
As my action, I will move the moonbeam right there.
They can't get away. They can't get away.
Oh wait, Matt.
Tries and bite.
Wow.
Pretty much all my healing stuff is bonus action.
That's pretty cool.
But that's it for me. I can't move because, you know, this guy's a real jackass.
Right. Zara and Saga, you both are up.
Okay.
Also, Saga keeps saying, oh, I'm sorry. Crystal keeps saying to grapple someone and throw them as an improvised weapon.
Yeah. I'm talking to her too. And she's watching your stream. Okay, I'm going to try to like release myself with an acrobatics check.
Alright, go for it. That is enough as you break free of the tendril by slipping out of it.
Okay.
And fall down for 1d8, but you have slow falling, so
Yeah.
you just mitigate the hit.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go over here next to Funwell and my turn.
Hey, fancy seeing you here.
Okay, what about you, Zer? What you got? Is he back yet?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Internet already fell asleep.
I think his internet died actually.
So it was a really coincidental time for him to leave exactly when I asked if he was here.
Park, I think he hates you.
Yeah, you might be right.
What is
I can believe it.
your... Is it Aqua Dragon D&D? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh
I
my
heard
God.
myself speak, I hate it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There we go. Why do I sound like this?
What? you sound like your own voice. This is true.
What should we do?
Don't
Should we-
remind me.
I guess just to keep things moving, I can just assume that they're going to try throwing them both at the roper itself.
Yeah, I mean, are you able to do someone else's roll for them?
Yeah, I can throw it from their sheets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the most fair thing to do. It's probably accurate.
As soon as Aqua takes the reins, they'll all of a sudden roll. Yeah, alright, and we're supposed to believe he doesn't have weighted dice. Alright.
Both of these
Does,
spheres connected to it.
Wait, does he have any like abilities that he's? I don't actually know what he has.
No, they've used almost everything. I think all their arcane arrows and
okay.
everything.
Oh, okay.
Wait, they have the arcane shots. Why haven't they used these? Huh. Okay.
He's patient.
Well, guess they were
Yeah,
saving
I
him
get
for a more important opportunity.
Yeah, I guess just call it a normal attack then.
He saved him for after the fight where he turns on us.
He wants to loot inside the mimic chest.
Oh, that's it. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Looking for loot in the chest. Alright. Then, on the Roper and Piercer's turns, the Roper still is going to go for the tendrils onto all of you once more after making its con save again. Because he can't get away. Half damage.
Oh my god.
Oh
Wait, you
my
both-
goodness.
You both rolled, Jesus.
It's a 1 below max.
Maximum moonbeam damage almost. It is. It's like literally like on its last tendril? I don't know what you would call it.
It's
Last-
last suction cup.
Do any of these even land? One of them will go out onto Yukion, and so it will attempt to bite you at advantage. Failing. I think what happens next is simply the following. Regardless of what these piercers do, regardless of how they roll, please describe how you finish the roper off and then everything else afterward.
Presumably the same way we've been fighting, they're just repeatedly smacking it with everything.
I'm not very good at this kind of improv, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, the loot appears out of nowhere and smacks it in the
Sure.
The moonbeam keeps chasing it around the room. Get back here, you!
It stops grappling you in an attempt for self-preservation, and it just can't escape. The moonbeam is non-stop. It just keeps chasing it and chasing it until finally the radiant damage burns it to a crisp that falls to the ground.
Alright, and while I'm falling, I'm gonna take a nice, healthy chunk out of this thing that's still grappling me somehow.
Swinging down, you squish it down into a pulp, along with all the other piercers that eventually are routed, because there's no way they could even catch you after a certain point anyway.
Oh yeah,
Just
they have
walk.
5 movement, don't they?
Just
Yeah, they have
walk
5
over.
movement. They're not catching on anytime soon. You can easily just kite them to death.
Oh,
That was
That
a really
19 on that moonbeam did like almost. I think it didn't do. It had like 106 HP. So that did like almost 10% right there.
dude, that moonbeam was so useful. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm glad I
Perfect
rolled well
cover.
on my very first attack, which hit it for 30. I'm
Oh,
very
yeah.
glad I rolled extremely well on that.
Just took like a third of its health out in one chunk.
That is extremely high AC though. Wow, that is crazy.
I unfortunately DC'd. What happened?
We
beat the shit out
defeated
of it. Yep.
And
You
so
can tell.
Aqua,
You can tell the
Aqua
difference
cleaned
between
up
our
the
two
little
characters
guys.
with how we reply.
Oh,
Okay, so
that
I'm
was
glad it's
horrible.
gone.
I hated
Yeah.
that.
I'll be sure to look up when we're inside a cave from now on.
The thing is, I did look up, and I didn't even notice it. I looked up, and it was just like, yep, those are some rocks on the ceiling, and then they attacked me.
Yeah, you sprinted away from that mimic. I got a little worried.
Well,
speaking of getting worried, where's homie?
Yes,
We should
I was
probably
gonna
find
ask
out.
the
Question.
same thing.
Do you guys want some help, though, Saga? I mean this in the nicest way, but you look like shit.
Thanks. I usually look like this.
Look, you
But
do-
yes,
you're
help
like,
would be nice.
you're like covered in blood. What are you talking about?
It's war armor.
Nah.
Not blood. It's war paint, yeah.
Eventually, eventually you get all your bearings together and you investigate around the cavern. There seems to have been the only thing around, but underneath the goopy mess of the mimic, you see it actually had something inside of it.
Oh wow.
I'll go look.
It's
I'll
Covered
stick
in-
my hand in the goo.
Ugh, that's gross, Saga.
I'm already dirty, as you mentioned.
Bloody, not. Well, I guess you are dirty. It did track you. Oh my gosh, I'm disgusting. Ugh.
Covered in blood, not yours, is an amulet inside of it. You may identify it if you have the spell available.
Oh,
Do you have
crap,
it?
the guy who knew identify is. He forgot to get on the boat. He overslept.
So if we don't have identify, we can chill with it for an hour on a short rest, right?
Yeah, and you'll learn what it does as you spend an hour with it.
Okay, that's fine. We can't identify right now, but we'll hang on to it. How heavy is it?
The bracelet or a necklace. I'll take it and hold it.
See, I told you.
Right.
That's why she was gonna. Oh wait, no, that was there. That was gonna turn on us. Never mind.
Dude, my whole the backstory of Saga is that if she doesn't get enough magical items, she can't go back home and sleep. So she's trying really hard.
Oh, guys, look, the little guys. They're still just kind of roaming. Hello, little guys.
Hello.
I'm gonna say escape the light.
Well, honestly, that went pretty well.
Yeah, I would say so.
That bitch was tough.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I do have like bite marks on me, and my clothes are a little ripped.
Yeah,
but
it's got a chunk out of you earlier.
yeah. I was worried about Homie, and then it grabbed me. I didn't even see it before.
Yeah, what happened to homie? Is he dead?
I don't know. Didn't see him. Was too busy
can we
getting
look- can we
chomped.
spend some time to look around for him?
You look around, and with your perceptions, you see homie's remains inside of the roper's gullet.
Oh, found
no.
him.
Okay, I think I
Well-
can. Is it once per long rest that I can summon him?
Yeah, so you can summon him on the next long rest.
Okay, cool.
Homie will be back.
Homie.
Homie too.
I was really thinking about a name for him, and I was like, homunculus. Homie, that's so good.
Be like
Yeah.
Homie.
Good is definitely the word I would use to describe that.
Oh my god.
Okay. Shall we leave then?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
this
let's
is-
get the hell out of here, as they say.
Ugh.
You head out. This whole excursion didn't take too long overall, and by the day's end, you are able to return back over to Fort Balorian and the Inner Bailey as well.
What's time? Oh wait, we haven't rested with
We
them.
haven't rested yet, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it just spending 1 hour with it?
I think you have to spend like a short rest with it, but let me
Okay.
double check.
Doesn't really matter.
We'll figure it out eventually.
Oh, it is during a short rest.
Okay.
As you return back from the cave, right? Presumably you were all bright enough to bring some evidence of your successful excursion.
I would imagine we would know what we're doing, or I would imagine some people would know what they're doing. I don't actually think Fenval would.
The first thing I thought of, which I didn't say out loud, was we should loot their body parts. But I was like, is that too weird?
I mean, look, I like trophies as much as the next guy, so
Yeah.
you know,
Okay, so definitely me and Kian did
yeah.
loot it.
You bring some eyes as trophies and show them to Gruda. That seems an appropriate proof. Well, here you are. As they reach over and they add, like, you see that they have a pouch and they have increments of gold bundled up inside of them by the hundreds and thousands. As they give you 5,000s. A number conveniently divisible by the number of people in your party.
Wow, that really works out.
Yeah, well,
Also, for the sake of not punishing people for not being able to make sessions, just give Azoka 1,000 too. Right? Like,
Yeah.
1,000.
Nick's alive. Think.
Hello, welcome back.
So big. What the fuck?
And
God.
here you are as well, as they provide you the ring of resistance, as promised. Handing it over, you see that there's a dial on it that seems to be able to twist, and as you do, the color and the gem embedded in it seems to change.
Ooh,
Okay, who wants this?
I mean, in an ideal world, I'm not really getting hit at all, so
I currently am bonded to 3 things: the Stone of Good Luck, the Mace of Disruption, and the Flame Tongue. So
What about you, Zer?
I see.
Oh no, he's still dead.
yeah,
Okay,
I think that's
I mean,
really interesting. I like that ring. Oh no, he's here. Turns out
I'll
he's here the whole
hold on
time.
to it and give it to Zer or Azel later.
Right?
I want to tune with it because I can't, but I'll
Alright.
just hold it.
But you do identify the other item after short resting here.
Oh boy, I want this.
I'm not gonna lie, so would I.
Oh,
Mark,
actually-
do you have a Constitution proficiency? Like, do you have a 3 in Constitution?
No, I have 13 con right now.
Okay, you can take it.
Right? Are you going to attune to it, Keon?
Yeah, I will attune to it over the Mace of Disruption for the time being.
Okay, then I will go ahead and hold on.
I can change the bonds if you want.
It's easier for me to drag in because it like only puts it over a Constitution as opposed to outright replacing it as such.
Oh, interesting.
Right, so let me see. With 13, you had what, a +2 bonus that with that?
13 was a +1.
Yeah, 13's +1, 14's +2.
Okay. You immediately gain 12 maximum hit points as well, as it retroactively applies. You have up to now
Oh, well.
57 hit points maximum, which I have adjusted accordingly.
Nick's
Nice.
alive.
My internet died.
You noticed, yeah.
Welcome back.
Do you have 3 attuned items, Nick?
I have 2.
Okay, do you want the Ring of Resistance?
I don't know.
It makes
Not
it so that you.
particularly.
I mean, you can. Fine, I'll hold it, I guess.
What, does
You
anybody
pocket.
else want to have the ability to wear it? I
Well,
don't
Mark
understand.
and I both have 3. And
Yeah, we're
so
changing to
does
3 different things.
Quenville, yeah.
I don't have 3, but I really don't plan on getting it. That's not what I'm about.
So you can take it for now, and if you don't want it later, you can unattune and get a different item.
Look, worst case scenario, we could just sell
I
it.
guess.
True.
What happened with the fight?
We
We
beat
won.
the shit. Yep, we beat the shit out of it.
Okay.
Okay, take the Ring of Resistance then.
Right?
You know what? You know what's funny? Nick, after your internet died, Aqua Dragon took the reins of your character and threw 2 spears, and they both hit.
Wonderful. I might as well just sit out at this point.
Nah, it's Aqua's cheating. He's using his weighted dice. He forgot to turn them off when he was rolling for the good guys. So damn it. I thought I'd kill him, but I accidentally
Okay,
used
yeah,
the
I
weighted
guess,
dice.
I guess I can attune to the ring.
What
whatever.
what damage type do you
Take a
want?
short rest.
Is it?
Or does it?
I don't know yet.
Wait, do we
I
pick or do we roll?
I changed it so that way you just twist it on the ring to choose the resistance.
Okay.
Okay.
Aqua, there's the Amulet of Health is in my inventory twice. I don't know if it affects anything.
It shouldn't. We
Oh,
can
wait, you did
delete
buy an
one
Amulet
later
of
though.
Health?
Okay, I'll figure it out
You
later.
did buy an Amulet of Health earlier?
Did I
No,
buy
we
an
found
amulet?
the loot.
Yeah. It was in the Mimic.
Okay, fix it.
Oh. Shouldn't Rose be the one to use the Amulet of Health?
What I said, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. One of the 2 melees would probably be the best.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm perfectly fine if you have it too. I just we both. I'm gonna eventually want to buy one if I don't get it. So you know, it's kind of like now or
The
later.
good news is,
Yeah,
remember,
but
it's
you're
not,
likely,
it's not
you're not
permanent.
likely to die right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can give it to you if you want, Rose.
We can always
Um,
we can shuffle these things
we
around if
can-
it
Yeah.
turns out.
We
to be
can
more
swap if you
useful.
want the Ring of Protection,
Yeah, that works.
which is the
Yeah.
+1 to armor class.
Yeah, that works for me.
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me.
I mean, I like the I have enough health. I was
don't.
yeah. So I mean, I'd rather have the AC actually. So that's fine. So sorry to make you work, Aqua.
Alright, so Saga, after while you are all resting, the Amulet of Health is provided over to you. Instead, Saga. Yes, Saga. Let me go ahead and put it on your sheet.
Yeah, I'm adding it to my bonds thing, but
You can put the ring in my inventory, I guess, as well then.
That one you actually can just type in because there's nothing to drag and drop. You just have to note somewhere which resistance you're immune or resistant to.
Okay.
Let me see something. You had a +1 mod before, so then wait, no, 13 is +2.
13 should be 1.
Sorry, I'm
we're taking a long
Good at-
rest, right?
I
13
mean,
is
yeah.
1,
By the
yeah,
time by the time I get back, it's gonna be nighttime. So yeah, I imagine.
Okay.
I'll
Right.
Yeah,
go back.
Will they let us
So-
long rest here, or are they assholes?
Give me just a second to adjust that. You get another 12 maximum hit points as it retroactively applies onto you, Saga, increasing your hit point total from 24 all the way up to 36.
Okay. We had 24 points. Sad.
As you ask about accommodations, Gruta says, yes, for helping with our mission, we have guest accommodations up above. You can go ahead and rest up there.
Cool.
Fantastic.
We fought, and I still
appreciated.
had 1 key left. That's crazy.
I actually had a
Okay,
lot
I'm
of
gonna-
spells left. I was just mostly moving around the spells I had. Okay, go over there.
Yeah.
Just
gonna-
so
Sorry, go ahead.
just so that I can type it in under the information for ring of resistance. If I was to want to switch the elemental resistance during combat, what kind of action would it be?
Item interaction.
Okay, so a full action.
So there's we always say you have one action, one bonus action, but you also have one item interaction per turn.
Oh wow, that's
Which-
really useful
Oh,
then.
okay.
Yeah, that incorporates things like picking stuff up from the ground, pushing a button, taking something out of your inventory, stowing something into your inventory, and so forth. Right, and the you get a good view of what the upstairs here looks like. All of the rooms seem available except for 2 of them. You can go ahead and place yourself where you would like, and you are able to get your long rest.
Aqua,
Mhm.
my sheet still has the modifier for Ring of Protection, so I still have the 17 AC unless you wanna take
Okay,
it
let
off.
me see. I can just untick the ring of protection then. Cool. There we go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and then do you mind removing the Amulet of Health from me? I don't know how the drag and drop thing works.
Oh, okay. Maybe that'll help good now. And wait, so do you have ring of protection now? Yeah.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and we'll save mod.
Guys, homie's back.
He's alive.
I grabbed his scraps earlier and I fixed them when we got back.
Just had to reach into the roper while you were already covered in everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just as a note, since I didn't say it because I was doing it while we were in campaign, the feat that I picked for level 4 was Prodigy.
Got it.
Okay. Nice. And what is that? You get proficiency in 5 skills, right?
2 skills, or 2 skill check, or I don't get proficiency. It said I have advantage on two picked skill checks.
Oh wait, I'm
if I
thinking of skill,
see
never
a
mind.
creature use a if I see a creature use a tool for 1 hour, I become proficient with it. Whenever I see a creature attack with a weapon that it's proficient with, I become proficient with it. And as a reaction, when I see a cantrip cast, I can make a DC 13 Arcana check, and if I succeed, I permanently learn that cantrip.
That's
Or
right.
the DC
Yeah,
increases
that's
by
right.
1 each time I learn something from it.
Yeah, I remember now.
That seems like a reasonable spot to end off too. As you all get your long rest here at Fort Balorian, and you all level up as well. Doop-de-doop.
Oh.
How we're leveling up like wildfire. Oh, you know what that means? You know what that
No.
means?
Oh, I get extra
does
attack
that
mean? You know what
number
that
1.
means?
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know what that means.
Ah, looks like it's min health. Dang.